Alright. SINDROA. Happening
Welcome
now.
to the land.
Please give us a reminder.
Welcome to the... Shut the fuck up. Shut the goddamn... I'll kill you.
Oh gee, I don't remember what happened last session.
Well, just give me a hot second and I'll fucking tell you, you goddamn idiot. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to I felt an urge to be really aggressive for some reason.
Because I talked.
It was because Ronica just...
response.
It's because Ronica just finished talking and I was still heated about having to listen to Ronic's voice.
Do you hear this, Matt?
Ronick, put on your boostic voice so that he doesn't hear your voice.
Anyways, last time on SINDROA, the holy god, the Arschlock managed it performed a mighty battle in the city of Herodom to take it back from the forces of Goldboy, and
it only hurt a lot.
It hurt a lot. Many people were slapped by rocks and arrows and all manner.
Only one of us went down though.
No, I don't think anybody went down either.
You did, you?
No, I mean nobody else went down.
Oh yeah.
And then I got back up again.
Get knocked
You're gonna keep you down.
Never gonna leave me now.
Johnny drinks a whiskey drink, he drinks a vodka drink, he drinks a lager drink, he drinks a cider drink.
He drinks a cock drink.
He drinks a cock drink. Let's pause this session to talk about the things that Johnny likes to drink. First off, puddles. He loves to suck in that water into his lungs even.
It's a lung drink.
It's a lung. He drinks a lunger drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the drowned times.
No, the good times and the drowned times.
The good times. No, the drowned times are the good times. It's an escape from this hellish facade we call. This is like the start of a Call of Cthulhu session. This is bad.
It's real bad.
Oh god, I'm snorting a lot. Last time, you guys defeated Herodom. I mean, the guys who were in Herodom. And you succeed.
We beat Herodom, the writhing township.
You beat the living land. And now, you guys are in the city, successful, having just summarily executed all of the gold fellas who were incapacitated by the hypnotic pattern that fucked up all my shit. Fucking spell. And with the hags slain, and the rest now being taken from the rocks that are lodged in many of your sternums and skulls. Here we are.
Johnny,
Hello, everyone here who's still celebrating.
Johnny sits up at a 90-degree angle.
That looks like it hurt.
Hold on. What about the other place? Where is the other place? The place that Michael's at?
What's his name? I'm on point today. Deeps, who's nearby, says, well, we don't know how that one's going right now, but it started earlier in the day, so we should find out soon. We sent scouts out to inform the king, and we sent some scouts out in the direction of Wyndham, so I suppose we should find out within a couple hours.
Okay.
There's not much we can do about it. I mean, news travels as fast as it travels around here.
What if they need reinforcements?
What was that?
What if they need reinforcements? What if they... Yeah.
Well, they were instructed to send word if they needed to. They do have an individual who can use the sending spell. So,
Oh, okay, fine. Okay.
Oh, I know someone who can.
there's that.
Whistler.
Yeah, Lusvik knows someone who can too.
That's great, Lusvik.
Whistler?
With Whistler is.
Well, he's sitting over there. He's just sort of sitting on that stoop, mumbling to himself.
He should take some nap.
I went over there and he just started talking about, I don't know, some kind of state. I don't want to deal with that. I got things I'm gonna walk away now. I got things to do. And he does.
So. Does he have things to do? To watch.
He walks around in a circle for a little while, and then he sits down on a stoop and pulls out a flask.
He seems pretty busy. Okay. Didn't know he had stuff.
You can see a lot of these soldiers. Many of them are taking trophies from the battlefield.
Trophy.
Some of them are taking fingers or ears. A couple of them are taking heads and placing them on spikes.
Hell yeah.
Who scared the spiders away?
They hate those spiders. That's their primary goal.
Goal?
Well,
Or
that's
like
pretty
goals?
scary.
That's not how that country's pronounced.
Fuck you.
I was saying the word gold
Oh, I
because they're
thought you were
golden.
mispronouncing gold for some reason.
Why would I, the Gordian, say the word gold?
I don't know, because you're Lusvik.
Why not? Gold.
Hey, let's
Bald.
cancel this. No,
Yeah,
Jesus.
Hello there, my name is Hans
this
Dog.
is a disaster.
Is it?
We've only just begun.
Well, let's see. Let's talk to Team Titan and let's see the reactions of after a fight. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm
You go
sitting
to
right next to Team.
you go to seek out the Titanic team.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're like all sitting together, but I'm not sure.
I mean, you guys aren't like sitting in a powwow circle in the middle of the.
I just know
Square,
I was
unless
sitting
you-
next to Kella, and then I took
The
a nap.
powwow circle.
You go to find the Titanic team, who are 11 feet to the left of you, and you're oh shit, there they are. Big Meat is currently sitting cross-legged, with a large meat pie in his lap. Its origins unknown, and is consuming it heartily.
The ghosts reward him with meat pies.
Guy
You might not be
is
wrong.
nowhere to be found until you catch a glimpse of some sort of like golden shape leaping across rooftops, shouting about his victory off in the distance.
He's got a lot of energy.
He's real amped up.
Energy.
You right.
Bye.
Jeffro's just kind of attempting to trail behind him, like poorly.
He's trying to
He's
follow
out of
Guy.
breath. Yeah, he's just out of breath at this point.
Make an athletics check to see how successful you're being.
Or you were before you ran out of breath.
I got a 14.
Yeah, you're pretty out of breath.
Yeah.
Fuck! Fuck!
What?
Okay.
Water!
The blood.
Fucking. And Kella is next to Big Meat, waiting for him to look away at a couple of times, then stealing a piece of meat, and then taking a bite and being like, "It's pretty good." And Big Meat goes, "Huh?" She says, "The air, it's so fresh and clear.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good air.
Easy.
Some of the better air I've seen around these parts.
Wins.
Good air." Oh, Christ, where are the rest of them? And you guys approach,
Yeah.
and Kella looks up and says, "Well, it's the rest of the conquering heroes. Good to see you."
Us.
Is that what you said?
You say
It's
the
good
word
to see
us.
You too. It's good to see you too.
Glad you guys made it out okay in the fight.
Could have been worse, I suppose. Big Meat looked like he was having a good time, and so did Guy. And, you know, she, sort of rubs her collarbone and says, "I got stuck pretty bad, but, you know, wasn't the worst I've had."
You held up your own. What was his voice?
You're running.
You held up your own very well. That Spanish was pretty cool. That guy never came back.
I suppose he's not native then. That's fun.
They're from the Feywild, Lusvik. That's not.
More like the Feywild. That's horrible. Because I know there's good parts.
Like.
You guys should banish them more often.
Well,
then.
there are good parts
Yeah,
of
no. I felt really
SINDROA
stupid.
and bad parts of SINDROA. I imagine the Feywild is probably similar.
Yeah, it is, Lusvik. Not everything in the Feywild is bad things.
I don't think there's probably any good places in the Abyss or the Nine Hills, I suppose there are outliers to the everything's a bit of a mix.
Yeah, no, I can only speak on behalf of Feywild in this situation.
Have you been to the Feywild?
No, but I know some Fey.
You know someone who's been in the Feywild.
What sort of Fey do you know? Other than this gold fella, I suppose.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, actually, I'm a warlock, so.
Oh.
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm now wizard. I'm not smart.
I think you're
Well,
very
don't
smart.
don't sell yourself short, Johnny.
Well, I mean, like wizards are smart.
Johnny, you're the smartest person.
Don't. Why would you just say you're smart?
He's trying to be a wingman.
You're just making it awkward. You're making it bad.
Not as bad as when I got my ass kicked and you had to save me, right?
What? I don't know if that happened, but anyway, I was saying I'm a warlock, and well, the being that gave me powers, gave me my hands, is Archfey. So.
I've never met a warlock
I mean, like
before.
I know him, and I know. What? Huh?
Oh, I just said I'd never met a warlock before. It's interesting. You know, it's interesting to me where people get their powers from, because, you know, I get mine from Paylor, and my friend Jessica, who should be getting back here at some point, gets hers from a bloodline, but it's just interesting to me where it comes from.
Oh yeah, but like yeah, I don't like worship him or anything.
No,
He's just
no.
like.
And
should
I've
hope
always
not.
had this on ever since I was born. I point at my candle head.
You didn't.
Make a deception check.
You weren't born with hair, or were you?
I'm like a little baby wick. With my little baby.
The wick is your hair.
Fuck, that's not the
It's
right
part of,
thing.
it's a cowlick from your hair.
He's
I know
talking about
because
the burning part.
Yeah, I know, but
Where's my D20? Why have I not pulled out any D20s in like the 3 handfuls of die that I pulled out? That's not probabilistic. All right, here we go. 3.
I'm not even gonna roll. So you got a plus
Yeah,
9.
my insight is +5.
You also don't believe. She just sort of nods at Loosepick and says, "Okay," and then just looks away from him. So who, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how did how did it come about, you and your patron?
Oh, I was about to ask you in a
Can I
different.
do an insight check?
You want to do an
What?
insight check on Kella?
Sure.
Sure, go for it.
I'll wait for him. Okay.
That's a 12.
A 12?
Yeah.
She seems like she's interested. She doesn't. I mean, you don't get anything sinister or like off about her mannerisms. You rolled a 3? Damn, guys.
Oh, 2 3. Okay. I'll wait.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Well, well, he just kind of, showed up, to me. It was kind of unexpected. He showed up to me, and he
What do you do, Johnny?
what did he do?
Yeah.
Well, he offered to give me some powers, and he offered to give me some hands.
Oh. That's why you have them now.
Yes. I wasn't I wasn't able to cast Mage Hand before I met my patron. I did not have powers before then.
So he's an alright guy then? I mean, that seems pretty. I mean, that seems like a pretty good deal, unless. I mean, I don't presume to know about these sorts of things, but I've read about warlocks before, and don't they usually ask for something in return?
Oh. Well, wow, you know a lot. Well,
I don't mean to come across as overbearing, but
no.
it's something. Like I said, it's something. I'm very interested in the workings of magic, I suppose.
Well, it's strange. It actually was very. It was. He can see everything that I see.
Oh. So, in return, is he a passenger on your ride then?
I guess you could see it like that.
Huh. That is strange. That's interesting. I suppose it's better than, here are your hands now. Bring me an evil jewel so I can create a death army. I've read about some warlocks like that. So this sounds.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a leprechaun. I mean,
A leprechaun?
He's not just a leprechaun. He's a leprechaun god, but like.
Well, it certainly sounds pretty interesting. I mean, I just worship a guy who's the sun,
Well, how'd you come to why do you worship Palor?
Well, I won't say it's a long story, because I suppose it's not terribly long, but I was in a dark place at one point, and in my past, and it was she looks kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I'm picking that up.
Yes.
To even answer the questions that you asked me, and they weren't even that personal. So that's okay.
No, it's all right. I was in a dark place at one point, and it was something I found of Palor's that kept me out of the dark, I suppose. It was the light in the darkness, and I don't know, when it led me out, I sought out, the people who knew more about him than I did, and I found, the church and the worship of the Dawn Father. But I don't know, I've never really been a church-going person, but yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Pelor saved me, so I suppose he deserves a bit of worship in return.
That's really nice.
It is what it is, I suppose. I'm happy with it, anyways. I think I've made the right call.
No, I think you have to.
I think you made the right call too. You've got hands. That's a bonus.
Yeah, I guess in a way my patron saved me too.
And there you go. Maybe clerics and warlocks aren't so different after all in some ways.
See
We're all
you
just
clerics.
looking for something to follow, something to help us believe in something, I suppose. I don't know. There are people who are better at saying that sort of thing than I am, but not a priest. just a woman with some armor and a symbol of a sun on her shield, I guess.
You're a cleric, right? You said that.
Hi, yeah, cleric, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Clerk.
A clerk. I work at the bank.
She's one of the clerks.
And Clark.
Is she Jay or Silent Bob?
Well, if Meredith was with her, he'd be silent.
They weren't the clerks.
Yeah, you idiot.
You fuck.
You fucking moron.
I actually didn't know that.
Is he
So I was
fucking
like, yeah, which one?
Randall? Is that one of the clerks?
Randall Clerkmeyer.
Randall is one of the clerks. I was correct. And the other one is Dante.
Derek.
Nope.
Featuring
7
Dante.
days
It's featuring Dante.
It's
in a row.
featuring Dante Hicks from the Clerks series.
Featuring Dante.
Featuring 37 dicks.
In a row?
In a row?
Dicks.
I totally missed like the very last thing Killa said because I cut out.
Oh.
You said you'd have a good
Was
connection.
it something I was supposed to respond to? Because I couldn't.
It wasn't a question.
She said maybe clerics and warlocks aren't so different after all.
Maybe clerks aren't so different, you and I.
Wait. Is
Yes.
it, or is HK being
That is
funny?
part of it, yeah.
Okay.
She said it with she put on a green mask. She said, "We're not so different, you and I."
Wait, a
She-
green mask?
Yeah, she put on a green mask.
Rise up.
She put on a green mask and she gripped you by the shoulder and said, "We could rule this city, Spider-Man. You and I."
Oh, when I thought of green mask, I thought of the Jim Carrey movie, The Mask.
Yeah,
Oh.
I did too. I was like,
Somebody stop me!
Not so different, you and I, Spider-Man.
I was
Somebody.
like, is she gonna say my name is Cuban Pete?
Oh.
Spider-Man, it's me, Cuban Pete.
Later in this campaign, Johnny's gonna be looking at a mirror and Kella's gonna appear in the mirror shouting, "Avenge me!"
And then James Kennedy is gonna be behind her stabbing Kella.
No!
Jamie Kennedy, I mean.
Jamie.
What
John F. Kennedy.
No, I mean the guy from the Son of the Mask.
Remember that time?
John F. Kennedy.
Remember that time that Jamie Kennedy hosted like an E3 event or some shit? And,
LOL.
No.
and he tried to like do like a whole shit talking nerds bit as his comedy act, and it didn't work because he was hosting a video game conference.
Oh my god, I do remember that.
Let me see if I can find it.
Well, I go over to Deeps again.
I'll put it over
Nice.
here. You go find Deeps? Sure.
You sure?
You head over to him. He's just sort of sitting there, taking pulls from the flask, and he looks up and says, "Hi, Ludwig."
Deeps, is there anything we can do to help you with, I don't know, this?
Bless you.
Thank you.
With my drinking?
No, I mean, is the town kind of like settling in?
Well, you could help some of the boys move the bodies. We gotta get rid of them. We gotta probably pull them up outside the city and burn them, ideally.
Is a Fey one?
Aye.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but there's quite a high body count. Some of the boys are gonna start, we've gotta, I mean, a lot of us aren't soldiers here, so some of the boys who are carpenters are gonna try to see if they can repair some of the damage to some of the buildings, so.
Oh! That is something I can do.
Help with.
Help with wood.
Would
you mind?
You were a carpenter.
Yeah? My father used to be one, I think.
What? Alright, well, I'm sure the boys would love a bit of help.
Right. Let me proceed on forward. I look for the boys.
Okay, currently there is some heavy damage in the southern part of the town where Alkalius was tearing through buildings to attack people. So you can see a bunch of the soldiers like walking over in that direction with tools, taking a look at like the blasted fucking ruin of those buildings, and then just sort of turning and walking away again. But it looks like the majority of the big project being worked on right now is people trying to fix the blasted out face of the main building in town where the gorilla burst through and towards the end of the fight. So you can see a number of the soldiers having mostly removed the parts of the armor that would get in the way, but still some of them wearing like chain shirts and stuff like that, just in case they need to grab some weapons real quick. Are sitting down with tools. They got some saws, they got some lumber that a bunch of them are retrieving lumber from the destroyed buildings that are now completely beyond salvaging, and trying to at least, it's not going to look great, but at least do a patchwork job of fixing this building and hopefully others at some point.
Activate my speed shoots and I do everything quickly.
That's not how that works. Those are your legs, Luzvik.
Oh, you hammer it with my feet.
It doesn't fucking give you a jolt through your whole body. It's just your legs are going really fast now. It's probably actually really disorienting.
I move as fast as like that Kid Flash from Daddy Daycare.
What?
Oh Jesus! I just got a stitch.
What?
You're gonna have to YouTube it to find out yourself.
No.
No, I don't think that any of us will be doing that.
Sounded appealing.
Oh, he moves really fast.
Ronick is a staunch fan of Daddy Daycare and its sequel, his more favorite of the two, Daddy Day
Oh,
Camp.
come on. They like fucking oh god, they expose it so hard that hey, it's me, the founder of Daddy Daycare. Look.
It's me. I'm not Cuba Gooding Jr., I promise.
Listen, ever since I founded Daddy Daycare, things have been getting pretty intense.
Listen, just because it says here on the Wikipedia page it is considered to be one of the worst sequels ever produced doesn't mean that Daddy Day Camp doesn't deserve our respect.
Damn, Cuba has bad luck with sequels. There was no Pearl Harbor 2. There was Daddy Daycare 2 he was part of. Fucking getting into Iron Man again.
Poor old Cuba Gooding Jr. When will Cuba Gooding Jr. catch a break?
Was that Cuba in Iron Man?
I don't know. No, he's not an Iron. Is he? He's not an Iron Man.
He was the first. He was Rhodey.
No, he's not.
He was Rhodey.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
Did they have another actor?
No, I'm pretty sure he was.
I don't. In the first Iron
there
Man.
There were different roadie actors. It
There's only
wasn't
two.
always Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
It was that one guy who wanted too much money, so they hired
Terrence Howard. I'm sorry.
That's
He
a
looks like
different man.
He doesn't look like Cuba. What am I saying?
No, he doesn't.
It was Cuba Gooding Jr.
No, it was.
It
Wasn't Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr. would have done a great roadie.
Yeah.
But it wasn't
Okay.
him. It was
It
Terrence
should have been
Howard,
him.
and then
Terrence
it was
Howard.
Don Cheadle.
It should have
Don
been.
Cheadle is also Donald Duck. Don Cheadle is Donald
He
Duck.
is! You're right!
And what?
No, he's Donald
In
Duck in
DuckTales.
one episode.
Of DuckTales.
It says he's in it in one episode.
Yeah.
What is Donald Duck doing in DuckTales?
What do you mean?
Well, he's a fucking duck, you moron.
What do you mean?
What do you mean by that, Ronick?
He's one of the.
He's a
One of the-
duck in
one
the
of the
same
what?
universe. It's
Yeah,
DuckTales.
he's
Why wouldn't
one
he
of the
have
main
one episode?
Main characters.
Why was it only one episode, huh?
Don Cheadle voiced Donald Duck
Because
in
he
an
only
episode.
had
but he's
he
not
only
generally
has
Donald
a
Duck.
voice in one episode where he's not Donald Duck.
There you go. What?
He becomes comprehensible.
Oh, is it? Hey, they stole that from an original Donald Duck cartoon.
That's
Lucky you.
stole.
Yeah, if you steal it from yourself, it's still stealing.
Is it?
Come up with some new ideas, mouse.
Hey, you wanna know the most Alright, you know what? Never mind.
It was a good choice to stop whatever you were gonna say.
I don't want to scar you this much.
Can Johnny ask Slayer some questions?
You not sure?
Okay.
I start carpenting with the boys.
Okay, make a carpentry roll and then send it to me surreptitiously so you don't cut off Johnny and Slayer.
Hey, Slayer of the car. Do I call you Slayer or Slayer of the Cars?
Slayer.
Okay. Where are you from? I feel like I
Nowhere.
don't know why I haven't asked you this.
I'm
What?
from nowhere.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I think you mean elsewhere.
Barbara.
Walk one.
No, it's no big deal. I know, I don't know much about tabaxis. At all.
Huh?
Other than their cats.
Lucevic's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lusvik is carpenting currently and doing a
You-
fine
yourself.
job.
I wonder if Genasi are native to golf.
I don't know. I'm not good at history.
Okay.
Both of you make history checks with disadvantage because both of you suck at history.
Both of you suck.
Ooh. Ooh.
Natural one.
Alright, Nick, I rolled a nat 20 and a 5, so my score is 4.
I rolled a natural one.
You guys think for a couple of minutes, and neither of you are able to discern whether or not Ganassi are native to Gauld.
That's a good question. We should ask that
Our
guy. That guy. Ludwig von Forrester, and that's him.
I don't think there's a Vaughn in there.
Hold
There
on.
is.
What did we
It
learn?
It was when it was
Missed
Von
the whole
Terpstra.
thing.
Oh, you learned nothing because neither of you knew.
Oh, okay. Even with HK's.
You got a 4.
My 4.
Oh, I didn't hear the second one.
I rolled a nat 20 and a 5.
Hell
I rolled
yeah.
a natural one and a 15, but I rolled the natural one first, so I already knew what I was getting.
Yeah.
It's nice to just see
I'll be right back.
what could have been.
Yeah. All right. Well. I hear tieflings are native to that place. That place Tatiana's from. Are they?
You don't make a history check. I'll let you do this without disadvantage.
Yeah, because I think
Because
she might
you're
have mentioned it. But
yeah, go for it. Just roll the thing.
I don't think I have any plus to history, so it's 16.
Do you have it's intelligence? So you should. I mean, I think you have at least a plus.
I do
one.
have a +1. Yeah. Why did I take intelligence? Johnny isn't smart. Maybe that's a racial thing. I don't know.
I think tieflings get like +1 to intelligence or something.
And charisma, I think.
They get 2 to charisma and 1 to intelligence. I'm pretty sure that's the spread.
Man, tieflings young, dumb, full of cum. They ain't smart. What?
Don't you ever fucking say that again. don't you ever.
Okay, so I got a 17.
One second.
Sure.
Here we go. Let's just get that in there. Alright.
Oh, that's what you were doing. Okay.
That's all. So, yeah, that's a pretty good roll. What Tatiana articulated to you is that, her, native country of Elysiat has a very, very, very high tiefling population. It's, if you see a tiefling, because of just the amount of tieflings that are in Elysiat, there's often a good chance that they're from there or maybe related to somebody who's from there. They're not native to Elysiat, but Elysiat is like a huge hot spot for tieflings existing, I guess.
I wonder if they like So the tieflings came there and they weren't or were they like?
You don't. I don't think you know that. You just know that Elysiad has a super high, like probably 80% or higher tiefling population. It's like it's staggering.
Maybe they did something there.
When something is native to a plane, does that mean they're born there or their race is from there?
That's a very good point. I don't know.
Well, you know what they say, home is where the heart is.
Yeah, so where are their hearts from? You know, this has really made me start to think about tieflings may not be native to anywhere because before they weren't tieflings.
You lost me.
Well, you see, it's kind of like the chicken and the egg scenario.
There was a chicken and then there was an egg.
Oh,
Which one came first? Who knows?
Infernal beings or something, and so they get an infernal bloodline, and then sometimes after a few generations their babies start to be tieflings instead of whatever they were before.
I'm a cat.
So like I think maybe you have cats all the way back, but I'm not sure. But in my family, it's not cats all the way back. In fact, there aren't any cats.
There's not one, as a matter of fact.
I meant to say there aren't tieflings all the way back.
Not one fucking cat. So why don't you just stand aside, you fucking tabaxi throw?
Player's giving you one hell of a look right now.
Listen, my words, they aren't so good right now.
Cats all the way back!
Yeah, you know what? That sounds pretty cool. Where you're just like, it's cats all the way back. And that's one way to describe Slayer.
That's now SINDROA vernacular for being a purebred. Of any kind. Like
cats all the way back.
You look a little human. Are you a half elf? Oh, no, man. I'm cats all the way back. I'm an elf.
I'm
Johnny has changed the face of SINDROA lingo in an instant. He likes to be told.
Where's Loosevik? Loosevik!
Loosevik.
Carpenting!
he shouts from over at the front of the building, and you can see he's doing a great job. You can see him even pointing out stuff, assisting the other carpenters who, like, some of these guys, it's their trade, but Loosevik is like, no, it would be better that way, and they, like, said it, and they're like, oh, fuck, he's right, and they're, he's doing quite well.
It's a crossed joist.
Yeah, he's doing quite well.
If you put tape here, and the nail going through it will be able to apply much more force.
Well, I'll give it a shot. By God, he's right! Fellas, get your tape! This is fantastic!
Loosevik, are you cats all the way back?
What? I don't have any cats.
But...
Oh, mudblood.
Oh, no.
Do you mean big fish?
Dude, he's like a first-generation Genasi.
Kella, like, looks around like, sir, do you think his mother cheated on his father then? Like,
well, listen, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Because if he's not cats all the way back, then where did it come from?
Maybe when you're a Genasi, maybe maybe
like
what
how
happens-
KMS has wandered into the session with no context for this fucking
Hello,
nonsense.
I'm discussing cats.
Wow.
Listen, just
What's
because
up,
your
everyone?
kid ends up different doesn't mean it was a different daddy. Sometimes it'll skip a few generations. Like,
Is that the way it works for Ganassi? Or Genasi?
I don't know.
That's how it works for everyone. Genes don't matter.
Hi, Whistler, welcome.
I've been here for 3 hours saying nothing.
You were over there mumbling about the wizard state, I think.
Ah, the wizard state.
Wizard state!
He's right.
I agree. Fucking Big Meat just nods sagely and takes another bite of his meat pie.
Lustig, are you ever gonna graduate from Wizard State?
He's still working on that.
He's working on that double major.
I'm taking one class right now. I'm on a break.
Hold up, there's wood here.
I've got a co-op next semester.
I'm working on the wood.
Speaking of co-op, who wants to play some Halo 3?
Lusvik, is your dad a Genasi?
Oh yeah, he looks like me, but bigger and portly.
What about, is your mom a Genasi?
No, she's a bitch.
What the fuck?
Wait, so that's not, Lusvik, one, that's not kind. Two, don't talk about your mother that way. Oh my god.
I remember she might have been a Ganassi. She was just always red, angry, hot.
Okay, so she was probably a
So
Genasi.
she was always red, angry, and hot?
Okay, don't.
It's entirely possible that Lustig's mother was on fire.
It is.
Because she was a fire Genasi.
Exactly. So she was hot.
So Lusvik might be cats all the way back.
I don't know.
I'm cats all the way back.
Oh, hey.
I don't know if Big Meat is all cats all the way back. I don't know anything about his family. Big Meat, who's your dad? That's a bad way to phrase that. Big Meat, do you want to?
How's your family?
How's your? You got
How's
any
your
family?
sex life?
How's your sex? I don't want to know about that, to be honest. If he's got one, I'd rather he keeps it to himself.
And if he doesn't have one, he can keep it to himself too.
Also that. Big Meat sits there for a moment and he looks sort of pensive and looks like he's thinking. And he looks up and he says, Big Meat! He takes another bite. And Keller looks away and says, I don't know what I thought would happen there.
They seem well. If somebody asks you how your folks are doing and the answer is Big Meat, it might be pretty good.
I was about to say, if you answer your own name, that's a sort of strange thing to do, but I suppose that's actually not technically his name, that's just what we...
Oh yeah, I'm
Full.
full, but you know what? My sister, she doesn't look like she's full. I never questioned it.
Huh?
Wait, what does she
What?
look like? What's your sister look like?
You have a
Is she single?
sister?
Yeah.
What does your sister look like?
She's like more pinkish, kind of like you, Johnny, before you got your tan.
Oh, like a bright neon.
What do you mean before I got my tan?
You look darker than usual.
Stop it, that's not... Fuck off.
Johnny's got a bronze going on. Look at him. He's
Oh,
like
it's-
She's not orange.
He's got a varnish.
Oh,
she's
she's
like
not.
got a
So she looks like Whistler's.
like an orange
What?
pink hue, like you human pink,
Oh, a coral.
something like that.
I'm the color of death.
No, you aren't.
I
don't know.
Do I know what your sister looks like?
I don't know.
Have
You
we
can
ever
tell
talked
us
about
now,
this?
I guess. You can tell us
Fine,
now. It's a nice, like, coral color.
I know a reference you gave me once, but I don't think that's what you actually want your sister to look like.
What color is her hair? Is it white?
Picture of Gareth and Naruto.
It's like auburn.
Ah, yes.
What's auburn?
It's
Like
like,
I'm
brown, but red.
Oh wait, that's me.
Hmm.
No, yours is red.
And it's pretty dark red. It's like a blood red.
Johnny, there's blood in your hair.
No, it's my hair.
No, it's my hair. Don't look at it that way.
No, it's not blood.
Look at my blood. Stop.
Johnny
blood
has-
red is dark red, yeah? It's like a dark,
it's
dark,
color
dark.
of bloods. Yes. It's relative.
Wait, so she doesn't have like fire powers?
She does.
Oh,
I'm just thinking about it now, and I'm just thinking, you know what? Maybe I don't know. I don't know what happened.
so your mom isn't a genasi,
Oh, she is.
but your dad is.
Maybe she. I mean, I don't know if my mother's has some human in her, or if. Huh. Hmm.
Maybe
Huh.
maybe you don't have to think about it. Maybe it's gonna cause you some stress. So
Hmm.
I know that
That's
maybe
why-
looking different from your parents can cause some stress.
Hmm.
That's
Listen,
ridiculous, Johnny. You would never know what that's like.
You're right. I wouldn't.
But then
I
that.
wouldn't.
but-
Right, you guys?
Well, I wasn't paying attention. I was in the wizard state.
So then
Loosevik,
But no. What?
look at that wood. Look at it.
What? Oh, this is wood to be. Would you look at that? Time to go back to it.
Oh man, I feel
I
like I did
would.
something bad.
I would.
Whistler doesn't remember his parents.
Wait a second.
Not really.
I was just looking up pictures of Fire Ganassi to see if I could find a. I was looking for a Fire Ganassi that looked like his sister, just to try and like get a mental image. And then I found somebody's website where they were drawing pictures of their Fire Ganassi, and here they have a naked image of their Fire Ganassi with the penis
No, now you gotta
with the
post it.
penis
Oh
pixelated.
no, okay, never mind. Never mind. Oh.
It's pixelated, so it's fine.
It's pixelated.
okay. Now
The
you
funny
have to show
the
it.
funny part is from the rear view, because there's a front naked view and a rear naked view, just in case you needed to
you can see
know.
his balls.
You can still see the pixelated penis hanging about halfway down his thigh.
Halfway?
Okay, maybe not that far, but it's just
It's
just funny that they were like, yeah, we gotta pixelate it on that side too, just in case.
No, they better. Yeah.
Just pixelated from one side. That's funnier. Just show the back of his dick. Here, I'll take a nice picture of it for you.
I see.
So, do you think
There
that
you go.
character's
It'll go here.
normally
You can
naked?
see his pixelated cock.
This
So
guy's
I
got
wonder if this guy
shoulders.
is always naked.
You can't put on
And that's
clothes.
why-
That he's
and that's
got
why the picture
It
is
more looks like a
spikes.
gremlin.
No,
Yeah.
it's just me.
It's he looks like a mutant creature.
He looks like a gremlin.
I don't know about that. He looks like a.
I think he looks pretty cool. I like how his palms are like orange and his armpits are orange.
No, but he's got a.
It looks like he has an unhealthy desire for Cheetos.
I like his foot thumbs.
I don't like his foot.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to make him a monster man.
That's how it is.
Yeah, that's more of a thing that you do with your tiefling OCs, not really a...
Guys,
This
I found-
person
I found-
wanted
okay.
a tiefling, but they also wanted the stats that a Fire Ganassi had.
Okay, guys, here's what my sister looks like.
Jesus
Can
fucking
you see where
Christ.
I'm coming from, though?
Okay,
He
hold
does
on.
look like
I
Gremlin
looked at
esque.
HK's image and I was like, there she is, but,
Like the plating on the shoulders and the legs and the facial structure with the big ears and the pointy.
dude, this thing looks cool.
Looks like a gremlin.
This person's got a lot of pictures of their of their Fire Ganassi OC. His name is also Etienne. Etienne.
His name is Eric.
It's a French name, and it's a
His name is
stupid. It's a stupid French name.
God, I hate the French.
What
They
the
make
fuck
me
does
want
this
to
mean?
fart. Yeah?
Etienne is a minstrel singer, and thus he has a well-trained low voice. He speaks with a certain accent, making his T and R sounds harder, with fire-like rustling behind the words.
I mean, those are the only aspects of the accent. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be hearing.
With fire-like...
Why
but
not? Why
don't
not
forget not the fire-like rustling behind the words.
You gotta catch your saliva on fire.
What the fuck is this? For his species, he's an extremely short individual, being merely 5'11".
Wait, what?
Fucking
Looks like
manly.
you're fucking manly.
What the fuck are they talking about?
Excuse?
Fire Ganassi height. I gotta find this shit out.
8 feet.
Oh, good. Thank God. Thank God. We know about his sexual preferences.
Oh yeah.
Sexually,
yeah.
6'2".
sexually,
Hey, hold on a minute.
Etienne likes manly men. Big, bulky, hairy, taller than him. Generally dislikes
He likes
twinks and
hairs.
androgynous guys,
Mhm.
and awfully dislikes drag, femboys, and femininity in general.
He hates them. He's a bear hunter. And
He's a
proud.
bear hunter. He can be.
I can
Oh,
respect that.
Can we stop? Let's just axe this right here.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
Whenever we talk about gay
Wait.
OCs, HK's like, I'm not having this.
Wait.
Yeah, I just hate
Let me just say this small part in the possible scenarios section. Smut-based RPs are a rarity, but can be done. The most possible scenario for them being prostitution. Etienne is
fuck.
not going to rape you, so don't ask.
The world of at request RP is a colorful one.
This is on a website called toyhow.se, which I'm going to have to look into more because this was a ride reading this. I'll just bookmark this website for later.
Whoa.
I got a question for you. What is OAT 416?
Oh,
Um,
416.
it's OAT 416.
Yeah.
What is OAT 416?
It's
Well,
416.
Is
It's,
it the 416th OAT?
yeah,
No,
and you
it's
read
the-
it.
No, it's
Anyways,
OAT.
it appears that
Oh,
Lucific is in fact Cats All the Way Back.
Yeah.
What?
So Lucific is Cats All the Way Back. By the way, Wizlor, I don't know if you were here, but
Not
Cats All the Way
mentally.
Back means that like let's say like you're human. Let's say you're human. Before.
Mhm.
But now you're not Cats All the Way Back. But before, when you were human, and your mom and dad were human, and their mom and dads were humans, and theirs moms and dads were humans, that means that you're Cats All the Way Back, because Layer's bloodline is Cats All the Way Back. So that's just what it means.
I understand now.
But now you're not Cats All the Way Back because now you're different.
I've got hairy feet.
Yeah. And
They're
somehow that makes you
huge, like
inhuman.
frying pans.
I will quest to restore my old body, and my hairless feet will return, and I will say
You had hairless feet?
they.
Yeah,
well,
I got a
there
little
was
hair
a
on
little
my
bit of
feet.
hair, a little bit, but relatively speaking, a lot less hair. Have you seen my feet?
Hold on.
No, I don't
Johnny
want
takes
to.
off his shoe and he says, "Let's compare."
Slayer walks away.
Slayer cannot-
has the hairiest feet.
Slayer, you're covered in hair.
He has furry
you're-
feet, okay? It's different.
Yeah, actually, fur is different from hair. It's true.
I've got a
Although-
little
Hold
bit of
on,
hair
hold
on
on,
my feet.
Whistler. Let's compare.
All right, I take off my wizard slipper.
I take off my boot and I take
There's
off my
A
sock.
massive snarl of ancient withered gray hair on
I can't even see the foot under it.
on the broad foot of Whistler.
There it is.
This
The halflings are
huge-
like.
like the size of an iron.
Oh my god.
I try to shave it, but it just grows back.
Thicker.
That's
Thicker.
that's a myth. Unless it's not a myth with halflings.
No, it's very true.
You put my shoe back on. It takes me a minute.
You didn't buy bigger shoes when you became a halfling, so it takes you like 11 minutes to put your shoes on and wedge your fucking massive feet into the human-sized shoes. Said Wizlor.
As me. Taking one more step on the long road to death.
Well, this has been pleasant.
Hey.
Well, Johnny puts his socks back on, defeated.
I
No, you're de-handed, I thought. Not.
uh,
I'm
As
sorry.
you can see,
That was a
I still
poor-
have my feet, so I have
It was
not been
It was a
defeated.
poor joke.
It's fine. It was my fault.
oh my god. I guess you could say he's got a dehandist attitude. But Tish.
Kella
I mean,
stands
it's
up and
not my
starts
fault that I
stabbing
have feet.
Wizlor in the back of the skull.
Who's Wizlor?
Actually, what's her weapon? She starts hitting you in the back of the skull with her warhammer.
Wait, Wizlor,
Yeah.
is the rest of your
yeah.
body this hairy?
I don't think so. A little bit. Hairier, but it's mostly the feet.
What about your leg?
I lift my robe.
I lift my whatever I'm wearing on my leg. Forgot what it's called. So let's just
Some sort of leg cloth.
A legdrin.
wait a minute. He can't lift it.
But
It's a long stocking.
This is a rough sketch of Lusvik's dad.
Good Christ. Good fucking God.
He's dead. You be nice.
Did you chop off a piece of the beard to use as an eyebrow?
Oh my god.
You guys be nice. Deceased. This man is no longer living.
I point and
That
laugh.
is gruesome. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hold on, Johnny would have to take
I
off.
can't handle him. He looks like
Majority of
he's
his
stung by a bee.
It looks like it's a picture of Lusvik and he swallowed a bee.
He ate bees.
He ate a
He
bee.
ate a bee.
Okay.
I once stepped on an.
Oh, that's weird. I hit revert and it did this.
That's him. This is him.
Ouch.
That's Lusvik.
That's weird. I hit revert and it took me to a point when this happened.
This is Lusvik when he ate an FAS.
Yes, true. It's part of his. It's like a droop eye.
He stroked out so hard his left eye became untextured.
What was you?
That's not me.
Oh,
Could you imagine a
That's
medical
me, but that's not
medical
me.
I
issue
thought that was you.
so
I'm like, whoa, that's so.
No, because I do sometimes laugh like that.
he had a
This
medical
time that
issue
wasn't
so
me.
severe that his layer became transparent.
Fuck me.
I mean, that's more than one layer.
No wonder revert. I accidentally saved it at this point. Ah.
Good job, idiot.
Permanently.
Oh, HK had to mute himself. He's having a tough time.
Well, Lusvik looks
No,
like no,
I
guys.
need to go back to chatty chat chats that I don't keep laughing about.
Ugh, Jesus fucking Christ. That is haunting. I looked back at his picture of his dad and it made me laugh again.
Roderick, you're gonna have to delete that.
You gotta make it go away.
Really?
Get rid of it. You gotta get rid of it.
Listen, I'll take care of it. It's gone. It's gone.
No, get rid of the other one too.
No, we can't get rid.
It's too funny already.
All right, move it to chatty chat where it can be sequestered.
Fine.
Roderick, I'm crying so much.
Oh god.
Hold on. We need to get back to this leg hair.
My cheeks hurt.
just reposition it in chatty chat. It'll all be okay.
Oh no! I tried to scroll up to get away from it, but I accidentally opened up a giant version.
Dude, this is like me when KMS posted the underground Lusvik earlier. And like honestly, I couldn't stop looking and laughing at it. Like every time I looked back at it. And, like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll find
it was a little bit.
I don't know that we need.
I do know.
It's really, really good.
Here you go, boys.
Oh fuck.
You look like
He's a rocket power character, but also a troll.
That's what it also reminds me of.
Sure. All right, we gotta stop. This cannot continue.
But think about it.
Look.
There. Jesus, I'm going back and forth. Which one's the picture of Ed Sheeran and which one's the picture of Cave Vic?
He's got the brushed forward hair and everything.
Oh no.
And the mini
Raven, no, stop!
cannot see the difference.
This is. I think you need to.
Looking
Here,
over his shoulder like.
I'll get you the contact information for the person who had that page, KMS. You can send that to them and show them what their, because this is, I think, what their real vision for the character was. I think they're gonna be interested in using it.
Can you report that to the police as targeted harassment?
This is really good.
Oh God, you gotta stop, dude.
I just wanna post.
Oh my God.
Oh
That's
my
not
God.
even an image. That looks like.
Did you leave Lusvik out in the rain?
This is creepypasta maple story, Lucy.
That looks like you tried really, really hard to remove this Lusvik sticker from an item you bought, and you really did not succeed. Just chipping away at it with your thumbnail, like, God damn, what is it on there with fucking cement?
I almost spit out my fucking food. Shit.
This is the worst session we've ever done.
So far.
You know, actually, I think we can maybe time skip to maybe where something happens.
Yeah, let's do that about.
I'm reminiscing about my dad and describing him in detail. And also fixing his hair so he looks a little bit more, like, crazed.
You want your dad to look crazed?
No, I mean, like, old people with hair just like, I don't have time to take care of it. I'm running out of life.
What? Well, he's already dead.
I'm talking about him.
Roddick, he already looks crazed.
It's true. If I went around to buy my local supply of peas and carpentry tools, and I saw this man manning the counter, I would fucking spin around on my heel and walk back out. And then I go buy some carrots.
Oh man. That's rough.
So how's it going?
Wait, but what do the carrot people look like?
They look like broccoli or something.
Oh, you mean the little carrot people that came to life on
No.
the carrot farm?
No, this is really very
Fuck the
important.
ketchup kids.
Fuck the ketchup kids.
I think they were Aragonasi sorcerers, I think I said.
I don't
Whoa, really?
remember you ever
Wait,
saying that to me, but that's
Who's
interesting.
Hey, Luzvik.
Oh yeah, hello.
Are there a lot of Genasi in gold?
Just us. Kind of like
Who's us?
me and the people.
You mean the
How
carrot
many
pole?
people?
Right.
You were the people.
Wait. How many people?
Well, my family has lived in gold for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Both your mom and your dad?
Yeah.
Did you ever meet your grandpa?
No.
How's your dad doing?
Unfortunately, they captured him and they killed him after I left.
Oh.
It's what he looks like.
Wow, thanks for the tonal whiplash there, buddy.
I mean, he asked.
Here's what he looks like.
Is this photo I keep
Copy.
I think the proper pronunciation of the word was
Oh, it's just throw. Hello.
I'm not laughing. I say, I'm sorry, Lucic. I actually didn't know that.
Stop laughing.
I need to not look at chat. But then I see KMS is like melting Lucy.
That's gotta go. That's
both of them.
that's gotta go. That's gotta go.
There's no escape.
We've created a toxic environment in this chat.
This is the safest place you can go is in the Parsec
Merge
itself.
it.
I just need to go to the no DM. Okay, it's just text. Okay. Alright. Wow, Lucic, you actually never told us that. I just thought.
It happened a while back.
I
I mean,
thought that.
it did happen a while back. And it was person's name who told me about it.
I think it was.
Person's name.
I think it was one of the guys.
The Dragon Slayer.
Yeah,
Dugrin.
Dugrin.
Wait, Dugrin. Dugrin knew?
Yeah, he's from gold.
You guys know
That's
Duke?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Dugrin?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you meet Dugrin?
Good job together.
We did a job together too, but we just met him along the way and then ended up doing a job.
Hmm.
Ronick,
Yeah.
this is okay. I'm fine with this. Excuse me. Well, that's pretty cool. Was it recently?
No, it was a while ago.
Oh, yeah, ours was not that long ago. So, yeah, he seems fine. Doing well. Killed a dragon. Surprising, right?
As he does.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah. Turns out there was a dragon nearby that he didn't know about, and so I don't
That's
know.
odd.
Yeah, no, he was just like wandering around. He's like, man, I'm not a fan of all these things that are around me right now. Then a dragon flew in, and he was like, hey.
That's great. This is great news.
Man, I sure wish there was a dragon for me to fight.
You think that maybe dragons like kind of might just end up being around him because of fate?
Maybe.
Like, makes me think. Well, Lusvik, if you ever need to talk, you know, we're here.
I've made mine peace.
If you say so.
Well, there's things to do.
I'm afraid to ask about anybody else's parents. Kella, how
Yes,
are you?
I'm doing okay.
Where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from Jesus Christ, Ironheart. Well,
That's on this continent.
I guess I'm not
Yeah.
technically from Ironheart. I'm from the area, at least.
One moment, I'm figuring out. Is that like a larger region?
It was enough.
Ironheart?
Is that like a larger region and she's saying she's
enough.
from like a sub-region?
Ironheart is a city.
Oh, okay. So she's probably like nearby. She's
Yeah, it's
like
not
the
maybe not
suburb.
technically in Ironheart, but near Ironheart.
got it.
It's been a long time since I was last there, but you know.
How long? Like
practically got to be 10, 12 years.
oh my god.
Haven't been back.
Wow.
Maybe longer, I'm not sure. It's hard to... It was a different time when I left, I suppose, so, you know. It is what
Yeah,
it is.
it was 10 years ago. That's a different time.
Well, yeah. I suppose literally it was a different time.
What was happening 10 years ago? 10 years ago. What was happening to me 10 years ago? Not much.
Life was going on.
Weren't you like 8, 10 years ago?
Slayer doesn't know how old Johnny is.
That was HK.
That was also Slayer.
Slayer doesn't know how old Johnny is.
Johnny looks like a fucking young, strapping twink.
Oh, him straight. Johnny does not care enough about his appearance to look like a twink.
I mean, some people are just lucky, you know, they're natural.
Yeah, some people are just born beautiful.
Whistler is now small, petite, and hairy. He's an otter.
I'm not
Aw.
petite. I'm jagged.
He's a short stack.
Dude, Whistler takes off his shirt and it's just like an otter bod.
Remember that
Yep.
time that Whistler had that sex tape and it just looked like a baby with a wig was just going at
I'll have you know, there's a... Hold on a
He
minute.
looks like the scuba addict from fucking Oblivion.
Two things. One, I'm not. What's his name?
The guy who's cannonly fucking ripped.
I'm not Mini-Me. I'm not Mini.
Are you sure you're not Mini-Me?
I'm proportional for one.
Well, he's just me.
Mini-me is proportional in all ways but one.
You've got a
Well-
flowing...
I'm like having flashbacks, and I didn't even see the tape. Like,
Let it be known from now on that Vern Troyer exists in SINDROA.
Vern Troyer exists in SINDROA, and he made the same sex tape.
Video recording was invented. The first use was to record Vern Troyer's sex tape.
And then it was abolished.
It was destroyed.
It was destroyed and forgotten and lost to time. It's not even possible to view the sex tape anymore, mercifully. It's kept in a dark sanctum in the deep underneath R.A. Livinja where no one can get to it.
That
They
tin-headed
created that for the
dragon
tape.
actually has
I
a
fucking
working
found his name.
there.
Caius Casades.
He looks
Oh,
like
yeah,
Caius
Caius
Casades.
Casades.
Oh, you mean Ripped Coke Man? Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
ripped
him.
McCokeman.
yeah, no, he never wears a shirt. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that you were talking about. That's from Morrowind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you confused
That's
me
Wizard.
by
the
saying
Spy
Oblivion.
Master.
Yeah.
The day that Caius left for the mainland is the day I cried.
That's just what he looks like. He's ripped.
He's old. He has no shirt on.
He's
Just
ripped.
kill him for the
He
skooma.
never wears a shirt, and I was
Don't
always like, what
Speak,
were?
Nick.
The Elder Scrolls Legends illustration for him is horrifying.
Okay, so
As
you
it
need to
Is
post it.
expected.
Is it that one at that obscene Dutch angle?
It's here you guys go.
It is the one at the obscene Dutch angle.
Look at this
I was wondering
guy.
what a Dutch angle was. No.
What?
It's the one where they're handing you a scroll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Here,
that's what it
here's
is.
here's a better image.
It was a little bit
Much
bigger.
better quality. Look at how horrifying he is.
Has anyone
It looks like
in
a
the
real
world
man who's
ever
not
played
wearing a
Elder
shirt.
Scrolls Legends?
I have.
Oh, there you go. You found the one.
I know the
It is a
people
card
who
game.
make it.
Well, Deeps, hello, what can we do now?
Who's Deeps?
Well, what's happening right now is we're about to enter a time skip so that something important can happen in the plot.
Time.
Johnny will short rest during the time skip.
I assumed you guys were short resting while doing this.
No, I mean, like, he's maybe napping. He's like-
Okay, you take a sleepy golden nap.
He put down him blanket and he's like, sorry guys.
He put on he blankie and he go to
He-
sleep.
Sorry guys, I'll be right back. And he just lies down right there.
I wonder when he'll be back. Time skip. So a while goes by. Maybe 2.5 to 3 hours.
Ooh,
You
that's
guys
a good long nap.
Just sitting there, chilling. Big Meat eats a whole meat pie, walks away for a little while, comes back with another meat pie. You're like, where the fuck did he get that from? And he keeps eating it. Lusvik helps with the carpentry, and by a bunch of hours through at this point, it's a good amount of progress has been done on the facade of the main building. It's coming together. Deeps has been just sitting around drinking with war buddies. You have not seen Meredith for a while. And I think what's her name rode off with some of the
Oh.
scouts.
The lady.
Yeah, the Lady Valise. At some point, Guy also does stop running across the buildings and shouting his own name and comes to to rest for a little while,
Gets
saying,
bored.
"I can keep going all day, but I figure enough is enough. There's a point."
Maybe he got bored.
Yeah, you get sick of this thing after, like, 2 hours. It's fine. But
Johnny
after
sleeps
those
in response.
2.5, 3 hours, let's call it 2 hours, 45 minutes to be diplomatic,
Okay.
there's the sound of hooves and marching feet. And coming into the city now are soldiers, many of whom are spattered with blood, flags raised, and at the head you can see heavily armored, his helmet presently removed, and his great sword at his back, Constable, now Captain Raid, leading the people from Breeden, Jesus Christ, Wyndham. With him, on a horse next to him, is I can't remember any of my characters' names today. Keen Hajian, the Lord Craftsman, and a golem is sort of marauding behind the group. And arriving as well, and heading over in the direction of where you guys and the Titanic team are sort of parked down, is Amir, Jessica, and Michael.
Oh shit, Johnny's still asleep. Fuck.
And Amir walks over and sort of spreads his arms and says, "We killed all kinds of centaurs. It was awesome. They are all dead. City not in a good state, destroyed mostly, but it is what it is." And he just sort of sits down and says, Big Meat, how about I get some of that pie? And Big Meat says, "Ah!" And Amir says, "I'm like, okay, never mind, I'll go play with my cat, holy shit."
Yeah.
Jessica sits down as well, and Michael sits down, and he sort of pokes Johnny, and he says, "Is he alive? Did he fall in the battle?"
Yes.
Johnny!
Michael and die, please.
Oh my god! Keller, what do I do? What,
Michael, you're the only one who can help me.
Oh shit! I knew it would come to this! Well, I don't know what to do. Sorry, you're gonna die!
Sleepy, I was sleeping.
Alright. Are you dead now? He's dead.
Yeah, rip.
What a shame. And then I skip more
Yeah,
hours.
Rip. Wow. More than meets the eye.
Testing.
I was talking with my sister.
I disconnected.
My fucking nut!
Hello.
Aye.
My sister started talking to me after Deeps.
Oh.
Yes. Deeps.
Several hours later,
Uh-huh.
after the arrival of Raid and the other crew, there's the sound of more horses and more soldiers, and coming up from the south.
My connection issues messed up my joke.
Oh, that's okay. No, I'm sure we didn't miss much.
All I did was I said I was okay, but then it was like, oh, I can't hear anything anymore.
You said. So
And
he just thinks you're dead now.
Yeah, no, and it was just like, wow, it's been like a minute now. It's been a minute since I've said I'm okay, and I still don't hear anything.
Riding up is the royal host,
Ah.
complete with the king, Iraq, and whatever the fuck his goddamn name is, Stahl, also.
Oh, the tree man.
Yes, the man of trees.
The nature man.
The wood.
The
Who
man of
comes,
gods, the man of gods.
I'm a man of gosh.
and
King Ramses.
as they approach, Iraq sort of swings down off of the horse, and takes a look around and says, "There weren't any civilians, were there?"
Here?
No. I mean,
Not-
yes.
We
Not
saw
that-
civilians on the way here.
Well, that's... We found a few in some villages on our ride up, but
Were they alive?
some of them. We found a few hiding out. I imagine if you
Are-
haven't found anyone by now, there probably aren't any.
We found
Unfortunate-
some and they were cast in gold along the
Ah,
path.
right.
That it was children, women, men.
I think you told
Is
me
it
that
people?
actually already.
Did
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even a
Well,
couple
now you
things-
know. Now you know where the civilians are.
Well, in more positive news, it looks like this was a success.
We've
taken-
done it.
Very good. Well, I'm just happy to see something going well.
I was about to say, you have a mago Timmy in your throats.
What?
It's very good. I very much like what you've done. What you've
Wait,
done
I don't get it. What?
You had a Megatamian in the throat.
Are you kissing Magatanian?
Oh, whoa. What's he doing in his throat?
Yeah. Why you got a Magatanian in your throat? Come on. Broad daylight.
They call it the Princess and the Megatamian in Gald, but it's a horror story.
Hip hip and hooray!
Hip hop, hurrah!
Hurrah.
Hip hop, hurrah!
Fucking
Hello.
Raid comes marching up brazenly right up to
It's red!
right up to the king. He says, "You'll be happy to know that Wyndham, we took it successfully. We've got some men stationed there. You'll be less happy to know that most of it was destroyed, and everyone was dead."
Oh,
Well,
this is news. Okay.
that's not... I won't say it's not... It's not good. It's also not surprising, unfortunately. It seems to be their modus operandi to try and slaughter everyone they can find. They're just holding territory for the sake of holding it. I don't even think Goldboy knows why he's taking it.
No.
Deeps also hustles up and says, "Yeah, we took care of this one all right. Everything went peachy keen. I mean, we lost some men, of course, God rest their souls. But we took the city. The golems performed excellently. Alkalis was a fucking dream. I gotta talk to Keen Asian about some of the things I think we should do with the golems going forward. Namely, I think he should be exerting a little bit more direct control, because Alkalis was sort of marauding around the corner for a while, just breaking buildings and shit."
Was he? Wondering why I didn't see him for a while.
Well, it's been quite a while since the golems were active, so I suppose it's not surprising that there's a few things we need to work out. But overall, this seems to be rather successful. Alright,
It was in triumph.
Just one.
seems to be. First
Make a
of
note here.
many.
Huge success.
Oh, Christ. He turns and stabs Lucifer in the throat.
Wait, what? What? What do you do?
How to overstate my insatisfaction.
He keeps going. He just keeps.
It's a huge
He
success.
just keeps fucking talking.
It's a large size success.
He's making a note here. He says, "Alright, I need to get my bearings. We're going to get things set up." That's not the main bit. What happened to the main building?
It got fixed.
There's,
It got this drizzled and I was fix sizzling it.
No, it's like in fixed. It looks pretty. Okay,
it doesn't
right?
look. I mean, it
It's
looks
got-
like something smashed through it, and there's a patch job over it.
Oh yeah.
Gorilla.
No, like yeah, because a gorilla came.
He has a
through it
gorilla
and
on his side.
No, there were hags. Hags. Were
No.
they hags?
Yeah, they were gross green, googly hags with the big green dots.
Yeah, they were hiding. They were hiding in the building, and I knocked on the door, and I'm like, "We have it surrounded." And then a gorilla came out,
And they probably had gout too.
and then gorilla gave me gout.
Don't
You
worry,
said-
King.
Are you certain
Don't
that they
do-
had gout? Is that
Don't
confirmed?
you worry, King. I will fix it in no time.
Are you a
Fix
carpenter?
my gout.
Yes.
He's a carpenter.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
he's
that
also
be a
cats
bit
all the way
dangerous
down.
given your lineage?
What do you mean?
What the fuck?
What do you mean?
I'm
What?
not trying to make any assumptions. I just.
He's cats all the way down.
He's trying to assume that I would like chum all over the wood when they would catch on fire.
I said
What?
nothing
No.
of chum.
What are we doing with fish all the way out here?
Right,
Oh.
right.
There's
This
no
is a
water.
nonsensical conversation. I'm going to set up a post inside the main building. Keep working on it, I suppose. We'll call. We've got to
Sorry.
try and get a little more intel, and then we're going to call a meeting before the night is over, so we can prepare for what to do tomorrow.
Direct King, you can keep
Do you have
working.
any idea of what we're doing? What?
Well, there's one major town between us and Kalor still that we were looking to take care of. We don't know much about it, unfortunately. We're looking to see if Stahl can find anything out, and we've sent a few scouts out to take a look. Once they are back, we should be able to make a more reasoned discussion on what to do. But once we have our staging ground at that town, the next step is Kalor. We're getting very close, and I imagine it's only going to get more dangerous from this point forward. But we have to do what we have to do, I suppose. Right.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay.
He does
Cool.
he
That's
does
good to
a
know.
little salute to Raid and Deeps, who do the salute back. He says, "For Ebria," and they say, "For Ebria," and then he walks off towards the main building.
Why didn't he salute that?
You're not Ebrians.
We don't count. We don't have a pure bloodline.
You're not cast all the way back.
That's interesting. I wonder why that happened.
I'm not cats all the way back. It's true.
If you don't have a pure, untainted bloodline,
The Ebrians
Then
hate you.
yeah, I mean,
As soon as you guys take Kalor, he's going to sit down and he's going to say, "So I've been working on a novel. It's called This Trouble of Mine." And I'm ready to distribute it.
Time to put him in jail.
And
Well,
I just
I'm
want
gonna
to
go
say,
first.
we've been having a lot of trouble with people who aren't cats all the way back. So I'm instituting what I am calling the closing decision. I didn't have enough time. I was trying to do it on the fly and it didn't work.
alright. I got it. We'll call it genocide.
My genocide crusade begins now. That's what's gonna. You guys are going to fucking go to Kaylor, and he's gonna round the corner with a shotgun and blow away Gold Boy and say, "Birds of a feather die together."
You know, I've always said interracial relationships are catastrophic.
Fuck you.
Hello?
So he heads off
Where'd he go?
into
He
the
went
main building.
inside. He went inside
He went
of
inside
that
of a
building.
Oh, he's gonna drink the Activia.
I'll be right back.
Luswick. Is he here?
I think he's also drinking the Activia.
Luswick, you
Oh.
drinking the Activia?
Yeah. In the cauldron. In the main room.
This session's been a mess.
I guess you eat it, Activia.
It's a disaster.
It's a disaster!
And when they say, it's not a session if it's good.
It wouldn't be a SINDROA session if it was in any way competent or good.
I always strive to do the worst possible that I can.
Okay, you guys,
Yeah?
where's Deeps? Where's Deeps?
Deeps
Well,
is nearby
He's
talking. He's sort of off to the side. It looks like he's talking to Raid.
Oh, he's busy. Okay. Shit.
let's put it back. Yeah?
Speaking of cats all the way back, like, you guys, what?
Yeah.
What? So, assume all of this Ebria thing like goes right, and like, you know,
Mhm.
best outcome. It worked, right?
Rest of- Yeah?
I don't know. Anyone know how old Iraq is?
How old is Iraq?
How old?
You have no
one
idea.
knows, right?
I study his face. Does he? Well,
He's not.
He
He's
looked
not there
like
anymore.
an elf.
He left.
He
I
looked like some elf.
study my memory of his face.
It's hard to tell with elves.
Fucking elves. I sure do hate. I mean, God, I sure love elves.
So like, so he's a king, right? And you know, like, normally when the king dies, they give the king thing to like a relative.
Yeah.
But I don't like see any relative. Will it just like go to raid or something, or like what?
Roy has some second command thing going on. What if Iraq's like 80 and he's a babby elf, but because everyone here is like not an elf, they don't know?
Yeah,
It'd be crazy.
I'm 80.
Nice.
It's true.
It was a good callback.
True.
I still have ADHD.
I'm 31.
Over ADHD, actually.
Me too. What? That's crazy.
What? Dude.
Make a deception check.
No. It's true.
Roll quintuple disadvantage.
I don't. I'm not 31. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I was just.
But you know what you are? You're 35.
But Jeff Rowe
Thank you.
is 35.
31 is pretty young for a dwarf. So.
Is
you know.
it?
It's younger than Colgar was, and Colgar was pretty young.
Colgar was a
Colgar
fucking
never told
child.
Johnny his age.
Colgar was not even actually an adult yet.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Really? At 80
I mean,
something?
I mean, it's not necessarily that they become adults at that age. It's just they're considered young, you know.
Yeah. He was 45.
Wait,
He is
Kella.
45. 46 probably at this point.
You're 31
That's right.
and you're young for a dwarf.
Dwarves live a little while.
Oh.
I don't know if... I think it can be over 300, I think.
Oh my god.
Long lived, I suppose. All that sunshine
So-
they're not getting.
Well, it makes for like a, you know, you don't get wrinkles as easily.
I guess that's true. That's one way of looking at it.
So like, consider this.
Alright.
Dwarves, like, to date people that aren't dwarves, or is that like not a thing because like there's a difference?
She sort of furrows her
lifespan.
brow. She says, I mean, dwarves are like anybody else, I suppose. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. I knew people I knew people in Ironheart who weren't dwarves, and they had wed into dwarf families and such. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of dwarves who don't want to marry outside the dwarves, but I'm sure there are plenty of people like that. There are plenty of people who don't want to mix outside their own kind. You know how it can be sometimes. But I mean, people are individuals.
Well, I guess what I mean is like, it's not like, okay, so let's say here's a thought experiment, just
All right.
off the top of my head, you know, just for
Sure.
laughs. Huh?
Sure.
So like, let's say like there's like this beautiful female dwarf somewhere, I don't know, and
Okay.
like there's like this tiefling guy, and like
Mhm.
they get together, but like he only lives to like 100 if he's lucky. Is that like not ideal?
Well, I don't think it's ever ideal for, somebody to lose somebody in that way, but I don't think it would stop anybody. I mean, age or not, the heart wants what the heart wants, you know?
So it'd like be okay. So like this dwarf female would be like, I'm okay with this.
Hypothetically, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, hypothetic. I mean, you know. Excuse me.
Johnny, I have a +10 insight. Are you trying to say something to me?
What's that? Excuse. +10 insight into what? What?
Everybody. If you want to say something to me, you can say it, Johnny.
Say it.
I mean, I was just completely I mean, if it was,
Wanna
What?
go to the bathroom?
he's gonna go to the bathroom. I mean, there was really, I was just asking.
All
I
right.
don't want to, you know, rush anything. You know,
Sure.
I got milk on my nose.
Well, whatever you decide, Johnny, in your hypotheticals, I'm always willing to talk to you about that sort of thing.
So, like, what would be like an ideal? Here's another funny thing, just for laughs. Like, what? Let's say that like there was like this dude that walks up to you and he's like, Hey, you mean a lot to me, and I would really like to get to know you more in a personal way. And by the way, I'm 18 years old. Like, what would you think? Like,
Me personally?
oh yeah, like you can ask me the same question.
Well, it depends. I don't know. I guess I'd have to be in the situation.
Well, would that be like an age that you'd be like, oh, this kid is a baby. He's barely an embryo.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, so you'd be like, yeah. Stop laughing. You're making me laugh.
I suppose it wouldn't really enter into my mind. 18,
So, like,
that's an age.
Right? Like, that's like an adult, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
For many races, it is, I suppose.
It's a big
And
adult and make their own decisions.
I suppose an 18-year-old elf would be. I wonder what that would be like. I don't think I've ever met one.
I knew a 23-year-old elf.
That's pretty young.
Yeah, no, he was like, I felt like he was younger than me, but he wasn't.
Maybe that's just sort of a mentality thing, because they're not usually, expected to be given adult responsibilities until they're like 100 or something.
That would suck.
That does sound like a long time. Dwarves generally have half that, and that's still too bloody long if you ask me.
So, like, Killa, I'm gonna be honest, you're like really important to me, and I really want to get to know you better as a person in a personal way.
She's dead.
Fuck, not again.
I'm sorry. I sat there debating desperately to say if I could just say she's dead. And
Can I say it?
will I? And I did.
You did it.
I just met this guy Colgard. No, can you imagine fucking Colgar traipsing around the country just to cockblock Johnny at any opportunity?
And yet, Johnny still really likes him.
Johnny's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna fucking pay for a prostitute. Fuck this. He goes to a brothel, and the madam's like, oh, I'm sorry. Somebody just bought, like, literally all the prostitutes for tonight. And you see, like, fucking Colgar being, like, crowd surfed up the stairs naked, staring at you. With no expression on his face, just staring as he disappears from view.
Well, you can't see his eyes behind the sunglasses, but you can feel the stare.
You feel the stare nonetheless. It kind of looks like they're Weekend at Bernie'sing him, actually. It's really disturbing. You're not sure if he's alive.
We've got to make sure his penis looks erect.
Well, that's rigor mortis.
That was a cut scene from Weekend at Bernie. Where they're like, we gotta tape it, and somebody get like a bike pump. We need to fill this bad boy up. Can you imagine if in Weekend at Bernie's they had to trick a woman into thinking that Bernie was having sex? I don't know why that's so fucking funny to me. Why is deceiving someone into necrophilia so funny to me? Okay.
It's
Okay.
because you're a bad person.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Well,
Let's just
Johnny.
Let's just not say anything for a few minutes.
No, okay, I gotta like respond. I can't be fucking.
Yeah.
I can't believe Kello's dead.
I can't believe Kill is dead again. Despite you having been transparent for the last 5 to 10 minutes, she still looks a little like ooh by the comment, and she says, "Well, I don't see a problem with that, Johnny. I'd like to get to know you too."
Hello? Hello?
Oh fuck, did you cut out?
Oh my god.
Are you
Hello?
hello? Oh my god, you gotta be
No.
kidding.
No. Wait. Okay, I heard that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's really bad tonight. You know, actually, I have about $1,600 set aside now. I'm not sure if that's good enough for like a gaming laptop that's gonna like last me.
That is
like-
less money than my gaming laptop cost, and this one has carried me for about 4 years.
All right. Well.
And it's got this
1,600.
great laptop mic.
Well, yeah, no, and actually, that's a very impressive mic.
It played The Witcher 3 at max graphics with no lag.
Well, I'm working on it. 1,600 set aside. That's 1,600 more than I had before.
I have no
I'm
idea how
working
much
towards
money
it.
I have in my account.
It was an account that I forgot about, so it's great. It's like finding $20 in your pocket.
Anyways, I'll repeat. I'll repeat.
Thank you.
That sounds fine by me, Johnny. I'd like to get to know you too.
Great. Wow, great. You mean it?
Sure. I'll be honest. You, your conviction over the thing where you guys were thinking about turning Turncloak.
Thank you for lowering your voice when you said that, because Lustig didn't. So.
I was very impressed by how you stuck by your guns. It could be hard to do something like that, especially when there's some... She sort of like glances in the direction of Lustig and like around at some of the other people. Especially when there's some pushy fellas in your group. That shows a real strength of character.
Well, I mean, it was, thanks for saying so. I mean, it was... I don't know.
It's alright. You don't... I'm not trying to butter you up. I'm just saying what I saw.
Well, thanks. That means a lot to me. You know what? That sounded a lot more genuine than things I've heard from other people in the past.
Lots of people try to butter you up to get what they want. You can usually tell when somebody means it.
You're right. And yet I couldn't tell.
Well, that's the thing about honeyed words. They're mighty sweet. But in the end, they're just trying to attract you. They don't actually mean anything.
You're right. Well, that's great. Whistler, how you doing?
Hi, Whistler.
Hey, I am still, I'm sort of conscious.
Are you okay?
Wizard State.
Oh,
Big Meat
got it.
walks over, and he picks up Whistler by the top of his head.
Oh.
Thank
Hey,
you. I had a headache.
And he looks at him in the eye. And he says, "Alive?"
Yes,
He shakes you a little. Oh!
I'm good.
Oh!
Thank you for your concern, Big Meat.
He puts you down and pats you on the top of the head slightly too hard. And he says, "Like your hat."
Thank you.
Oh,
And he turns to Johnny and he says, "Like your horns!"
stop.
He's got good horns.
Oh, stop.
You've got good horns.
He's got good horns. Like, I don't know about these, but those
Yeah.
are good horns.
Big Meat, why do you have antlers?
I was going to ask. How did...
I know.
Two
He
great
doesn't-
minds think alike.
He doesn't have a tail, so...
He drank some grog.
Big Meat looks
Right, go
down.
back. Johnny, did you confess? Hello, Johnny.
Confess to what? My crimes? No, never.
Yeah, he confessed to his crimes. He's going to jail. Big Meat looks down.
Just wanted criminal.
You see Big Meat actually reaches up and he touches his antlers. And he looks down at his hand. And he looks back. And he says, "Sleepy." And he walks off.
You press the sleepy button.
Sleepy. Sleep. Sleepy?
And Kella just sort of shakes her head as he walks away and says, "Fucking enigma."
Sleepy.
I gotta be honest, I'm tired of Big Meat's being so closed off. I think he's gotta open up. You know, he's gotta bare his soul if we're ever gonna get to know him.
Kind
I mean-
of bitter, like.
Michael, is it your birthday today?
What?
What?
Taking ice cream around his way.
Amir says, "I don't know why, but I really hated the way you said that. Something about it made me feel really uncomfortable, like you were going to, like... Are you trying to fuck him?
Yeah, you trying to butter him up?
Yeah, Wizzle.
Yeah, you trying to...
Lucifer.
I'm not interested, buddy! I'm taken!
You are?
Yeah! He's
With
not.
what?
He's lying. Yes, she goes to another party! She's in another
Goes
adventuring
to-
party!
Oh my
Michael, I have seen you almost every single day since you came out of the stomach.
I had an imaginary girlfriend once too.
Sounds like he's saying since you were born.
What are you talking about?
Crawling out of the esophagus. Out the mouth.
I
Just
had
guess-
imaginary girlfriends too before.
I
My
don't
first
think people are
delusion class.
born out of the stomach. No, Jessica, you're supposed to be smart. He came from a place called the stomach. How many times have we been over this? How many times am I going to mention the stomach, or he's going to mention the stomach, and you're going to think, oh, we're talking about a real stomach? But it
But
doesn't make
whenever
any
you
sense.
touch
Why
it-
would you name a place?
Crime hole.
Why on
Yeah,
earth
Wait,
would
but-
you name a
that's
place a
what we did.
stomach?
We
But-
called it the crime hole.
But Jessica,
That is a much better name.
Whenever someone is pregnant and you touch the belly, you're touching the stomach.
No, what?
Well,
No, the stomach is an organ. The belly
You're
is
touching
the
the abdomen.
Yeah, the belly is like the lower abdomen.
Guess what's under the abdomen?
It's a series of organs.
Muscle.
You're saying babies are muscles.
partially.
Baby.
Ludwig
There certainly are muscles.
Ludwig flexes.
Jessica, what do you know about babies? You don't know about nobody put no babies in you.
Oh,
Is it true? Is this true?
Michael.
Michael,
Yes.
you're not going to get any ice cream at this rate.
Michael, are you implying something?
Yeah.
What are you
Jessica.
implying?
He turns on his heel. Jessica, you act all... Jessica, I think that you don't know nothing about nothing.
Oh shit!
Michael, why are you
Oh,
talking like that?
Because she called him dumb once.
Is this the lingo?
And Jessica turns on her heel and looks in his eyes and says, I don't think you know nothing about nothing.
Oh.
It's true. That is what she said. She said this
And-
before.
And Michael says, "Did you just know me?" And she says, "What?" And she says, "You just didn't know you. You just said the thing that I said, but to me. That's not a retort."
Don't call her that.
He's right. He's right, Michael. That's not an appropriate thing to say. You shouldn't say that to a woman. You should always address a woman like this. Hello, would you like to have sex?
Hey, bitch!
What?
Make me
Okay,
a sandwich.
He knows what he's talking
Well, that's how I
about.
always talk to women. It works half the time.
Wait, it works for what? For them to say hello back?
No, to have sex.
Really?
With other people, of course, but
With other...
Usually they
Oh,
say
good.
yes, but not with you. But sometimes they say yes with you, and then it all works out.
Oh. Well...
yeah.
Oh, so you don't say... Oh.
Well, you say that
So
to
in
men
order
too.
to-
I mean, you should say that to everybody.
I don't...
Just in case, you know.
If you're going to go for trial and error style, you should increase your pool.
Listen, I just think it's important to be clear about your intentions.
Mm.
Are you trying to fuck everybody all the time? Is that what you're implying? No, of course that's not what I'm implying. I think about it, sure. I don't try to do it. Just sometimes it happens, you know. People are a lot
that
more
sometimes
open in
is
Salcoro.
90%.
You guys are prudes over here in Anamoon.
Well, it's just like I don't want everyone to see me naked.
Why not? What's wrong with being naked? It's a state of being.
Well, I mean, like, especially if, like, I don't know, if they want to see me naked, then I'm like, well, sure. But,
You shouldn't inflict your nudity on people, Amir. Seriously, stop doing it. Well, sometimes, you know, you have to... Is it really upsetting people that I sometimes am naked? Yeah, I hate seeing your I'm so tired of seeing your penis.
I hope no one ever says that to me.
I've heard it a few times. I'll be honest, this isn't the first time.
When I heard that.
I just want to throw in my vote and say that I think you should be nude anytime you want. That's because you don't wear clothes.
What if we put Guy in clothes?
I would look like a funny little man.
I mean, I don't know. Like, do you get cold?
You wouldn't look like a man at all, you mutant. You would look like a yellow ball with a hat. I'm feeling very aggressive today.
Are you okay, Michael? You need.
No, I got attacked by a centaur. It hurt. I'm lashing out. This is misplaced anger. I'm mad at the centaur.
You need a blanket?
No.
Wanna sleep?
No, I'm
Wanna
good.
sleep?
I need my hands.
Me too.
Well,
Yeah.
I have to hand it to you.
Fuck you.
You're not.
That
being
wasn't
nice
cool,
right now.
Lusvik. That's not. You can't do that to people. Yeah, Lusvik. How could you
Can't do
possibly
that to the
think?
people
How could you
who don't
possibly
have
think
hands.
that's okay, Lusvik?
Sorry, Johnny's okay.
How
with it
dare you!
That's right. I am okay with it.
Ludwig, what did we tell you about? Stop being a dick.
You can't just talk to people about their missing hands all the time, man.
I mean,
Not
it wasn't Michael's fault that he lost his.
They got smashed.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
It was.
Yeah, Whistler saw it.
You guys saw it?
You saw me get my hands
Whistler
smashed?
saw it.
Well, we were.
Why didn't you stop him?
We weren't in the room.
I mean,
you see.
Whistler was looking and we weren't.
It was a sort of magical thing as like, oh shit, we should stop this. But then it already happened.
I think Whistler was like looking
That sounds
and he
like a
was
bad
like watching and maybe he was in a state of shock and he didn't really.
We weren't there.
What did you think was gonna happen? They were gonna give me a cookie?
We
I don't
weren't
know.
actually in the room.
We weren't in the room.
I don't understand. I don't understand magic. You use magic. Yeah, but I don't understand it.
Hey. Yeah, but neither do I. But like, that's because I didn't have to really learn it. But
I hate magic.
you're a good
Sure.
magic man. Here, cast Mage Hand. Do it. You can.
I
do
mean,
it
I
really
think
good.
your bow is made of magic, Slayer.
Bro.
I don't
he has a
think it's
bro?
Try
made of
casting a
magic.
spell, Lusvik.
What?
Try casting a spell.
Okay, I have the producer.
I mean, like, I am
Zap.
constantly casting a spell. You can hurt me because I need
define
the
his-
spell in
his
order
zap.
to use my hand.
I flick you extremely fast as soon as you cast it.
Does he?
Wait,
He can do that as a reaction.
Slayer,
but
do you
can still
dislike
cast the
me
spell.
because I am constantly
Oh,
casting?
why'd you
spells?
flick me? Now there's a candle on my head. I mean, a flame.
No.
Well, I guess if you say so.
I just don't like this system of magic, you know. I'm fine with magic users.
Oh, okay, that's
Mostly.
good.
What's mostly mean? Who are you not okay with?
Maybe sorcerers.
They know who they are.
I'm a sorcerer. How dare you?
Uh-oh. Warning.
Uh-oh.
She is a sorcerer. She's all fucked up. Her blood is like, what is it?
Is she cats all the way back?
Cat's all, what the fuck does that mean? Oh, it's Keller was just telling me about it a minute ago. It's this cool new phrase that Johnny came up with. It means that you're purebred. I'm cats all the way back, Selkoran. I don't know if I have parents. Or
don't
what
know
I am.
Gee, how old are you?
How old are you now? How old are you now?
I'm a good age. Why?
Me too.
You wanna have sex? You propositioning me? Because I'm gonna have to decline. You're not my type.
Is that the first? Why not?
Also, I don't have genitals.
Is that the first thing you ask when you're propositioning sex? Is how old you are? Or
Well, you want to make sure, you know, you don't want to get in trouble.
maybe when.
Consent.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna have sex with someone, you'd know a little more about them by then.
That is absolutely not true. Don't listen to him, Guy.
Not at all.
Wait, Slayer.
Yeah, see, Slayer knows. He punches Slayer in the shoulder. Yeah, good man, Slayer.
More like layer.
Oh, hell yes.
I'm the second
Well, he
oldest buddy
slays
here.
in more ways than
Or
one.
third
you
oldest.
know?
Third
Like-
oldest.
Oh yeah.
Hold up. What if they're lying about their age?
Uh-oh.
True.
Well, if they're lying to you about their age, then that's why you need to get to know them better beforehand.
I'm 15. Nobody touched me. It's illegal.
Dude, I'm like
I mean,
almost
can we
3
like
times
shake
your
your
age.
hand and hug you when you're crying?
You know, how old are you? 100?
39.
Oh, I don't know how to do math.
39 isn't old.
That's less than 100 actually.
Yeah.
I'm 28. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hey.
I'm
Hey.
160.
You're
Nice.
lying.
I'm not
You're
lying.
a
35.
good age.
I don't know how old I am.
Oh no, Whistler. Whistler, you're not a day over 29. What are you saying?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Stay put, Whistler. We'll cut you in half and count your rings.
Honestly, I'm not sure that would work either.
Oh, it
He's
very much
already
does work.
been- he's
That
already
only
been-
works with chitinous organisms.
I thought it was
You
Titan.
imply I don't have chitin, Slayer.
Chitin.
Chitin? I thought it was
Titan.
Titan. Chin?
I have no idea.
I
Yes,
also
yes.
think it's
He has
chitin.
at least one chin.
I'm also pretty sure it's definitely chitin. Yep.
I know it's chitin because I played Morrowind.
Yeah, right? Like
That's
I'm
where
pretty sure
I
that's
knew
how
it from
know.
too, and I was like, did Morrowind get it wrong? But I don't think it did. I think HK did.
You spelled elsewhere
Probably.
wrong.
It's true they did.
Oh,
Just
true.
shut the fuck up.
True facts.
They what? They spelled what wrong?
The name
Elsewhere.
of the place.
They spelled
Right,
that
yeah.
proper name wrong.
Yeah. Well, since we're all throwing out our ages, Lusvik, how old are you?
I believe, if we're counting my rings, I'm 42.
You don't look a
42.
day over 41.
You don't look a day under 43.
Big Meat, how old are you?
The gears are turning. I can see them.
He's just
Yeah.
sort of staring off into the middle distance.
Counting.
I look. What's he looking at?
The middle
The middle
distance.
distance.
Yeah, but what's in the middle distance?
the middle, a fixed point.
The middle of
Yep.
the distance.
If I look in the middle distance from his point of view, what do my eyes just naturally end up looking towards?
The distance, middle of it.
Damn,
Right smack dab.
right there.
And then he looks back,
Mm.
and he says, "Like your horns."
He's 18.
Alright, he's not going to give us an answer. Big Meat is a closed book, this guy.
He's
No,
18.
He's 18.
He's 18. Oh,
He's a young. He's a.
Yeah, no, you can tell by his
Spring
answer.
Amir sort of reaches over and lifts up his beard a little bit. Big Meat does not protest. He's got gray in his beard, are you sure?
Some people got gray hair really young.
I don't think this guy's 18. Have you ever
I don't
seen an
know.
18? How fucking tall is this? Have you ever seen an 18-year-old who's like 9 feet tall or something? This guy's enormous.
Maybe if they grow to full height
Yao Ming.
at 18. I don't know. He said what he calls me, so I was assuming that he would be my age.
How old are you, Jeffro?
Oh, 35.
Oh, that's cool. You're a couple
Nice
years older
number.
than me.
Yes.
It's in the 8th dimension. Just wanted to mention that.
Well, I'm very young, so it's not important to talk about.
Wait a minute.
Are you 18?
No, I'm just I'm young and 29.
Not a
Okay,
day
so
older.
add 29 years on that, and then we're accurate.
How dare you?
Wait.
That's just old person humor. Don't worry
Wait.
about it.
Is she a elf? Or
She's a half elf.
I thought you were gonna say she had.
She's not cats all the way back.
She's a.
She's okay. So
She's a
yeah,
fucking
no, she's
scuzz
probably
blood.
she's probably older than she looks.
She's
Amir
probably-
leans over and does like a fucking big loud stage whisper. He's like, "She's not that young. She's fuck you," and she smacks him in the back of the head. Says, "What? You told me how old you were.
Well,
When did I tell you that?"
20,
Oh,
28.
she doesn't recall. She was woo. He like does a little glass motion.
She's drinking milk.
Yeah. Milk triggers.
Milk boogers.
She was in a state of dazed lactose intolerance.
Nobody is gonna think less of you, Jessica. We don't care about age.
It's true.
Unless you're like 10. That would be really weird.
That would be weird, and it would be sad, and we would wonder where you're. You should be doing 10-year-old.
I'm gonna roll a persuasion for Kella. What is her persuasion? Not super
Since
high.
Johnny made a comment, can he help?
Sure. That brought it to a modified 20. She just sort of looks down for a second. She says, I'm 82. We don't need to talk about this anymore. Did you just say you're 82? Fuck's sake. She gets up and just leaves.
That's old.
That's not old for a house elf.
A house elf?
A house elf. I actually said house elf.
No, you said house elf.
No, I heard health.
Yeah, no,
I heard health.
I totally heard
I
house.
pronounced the dark L that you're not supposed to.
The Cursed L. That's
like-
the name of that new Harry Potter book, The Cursed L, right?
Well, no, that's actually what it's called. It's actually called the dark L.
The Dark L.
Yeah, because you don't actually pronounce it. It's dark.
Oh my god, that is what
That's
it's
a
called.
fucking
That's
stupid reason to name it that way.
no, it's a great way. Are you kidding me? Dark L.
Yeah.
That's great.
But that's not old for a half elf. That's like, listen.
Well, clearly she's pretty sensitive about it. Guy, that was probably a douche move. It was a little funny.
It wasn't. Okay, it was the suddenness of it was.
What was the big deal? I don't know.
I mean, okay, Geek, how old are you though? You're not
160.
80. No, because if you were, then you wouldn't have reacted to 82 like that.
What are you kidding me? She's old as hell. So
Or
am
if you
I.
say that, oh, you know what? He said that because she looked so good. He just couldn't believe.
Yes, Johnny's got me pegged. He knows exactly. That was a expression, astonishment. It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't like 82. It was more like 82. Oh my God, you look just fresh and spry.
Right, so let's shelve this now that we've got this. Wow, clear conscious. Look at that.
I think this has all been a very good bonding experience.
Yeah, Michael's the smallest baby. He's really small.
Well, I don't see how that fucking matters. Whistler's smaller than me.
No.
No, I'm very dense.
Hey, Deeps, are we going to do anything today?
I'm very happy that I'm not the baby in here.
I think Deeps is asleep.
What's that? What'd you say? I didn't hear you. You're all the way over there.
Let me go over to you. Wait, damn it.
Wants to play backgammon.
Wait. I have a question for Deep.
Yeah. He walks over.
Oh, okay,
What do
cool.
we
You
do?
What's
Hold
going
on.
on?
What am I gonna do?
I don't know. This just kind of questions that just kind of popped in my head. You know how kings have this thing with succession and stuff?
I'm aware of how a monarchy works.
That's good. What does Iraq have
An heir?
that?
Does he have hair?
He has some hair. I can see that.
I knew that was. I was waiting for it. I didn't want to say it, but I knew someone else would do it.
Yeah, someone's gonna pick it up.
It's like we're fucking push button robots. It's like the same fucking joke. You know, it's so predictable. It's pathetic.
It rhymes. It's funny. Does Iraq have a bear?
What's with gold and bald?
What is with gold and bald?
It's in the word.
Iraq und Helix.
But
Bald.
if you kind of fuck with the G for a bit, it kind of looks like a B.
If you say a bee, if you say gald while sneezing, it kind of
It could be
sounds like
bald.
bald.
Yeah.
Side
Growl.
note: a bald is in common. It's spelled with a U.
Yeah.
So it's like even more like gold.
Even more.
Baldian people.
But I guess what my question is
What
I
do
don't know
Named
how
after Baldur's Gate, Bald.
I don't know how
Baldur
old
was bald.
Iraq is, but
He
Yeah,
popularized not having hair.
he had a wife.
His name being Baldur, he was the first bald person.
you guys.
I'm done.
Sure, he had a wife. He had a little lad.
Oh,
He don't anymore.
Only a lad.
Well, they didn't die. They they up and left
what?
after Ebria got took. They well, once the country fell around him. Well, I guess kid being the son of a vice governor wasn't what she had in mind,
What?
right?
Oh my god.
Yeah. She peaced out with the kid.
That
Never saw him again.
sucks.
Another one of the reasons Iraq's mighty bitter about the whole thing, I think.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we all thought at the time.
Fuck.
I don't like to. I don't really want to speak ill of people, but she was a right cunt.
That's warranted. God.
I'm glad you didn't ask him.
I didn't want to, just in case his son was dead. But
No, it's well, I won't say worse, but shittier, a more asshole-ish thing. I'm not sure how to put it.
how old was his son?
I want to say 9, 10, maybe.
Wait, was his son like an elf? So like maybe this doesn't matter, but like.
Oh no, she was a human.
Oh.
His wife. Kid was maybe 9 or 10. God knows where she is now. Not here, obviously.
What was her name? You know her name? What's her name? I'm gonna write it down.
What was her name?
Yeah.
Maria.
If we pause for
Just
one,
Maria. Did you have a maiden
if
name?
we pause for 1 second,
I don't remember. I think she was the term you usually use is lowborn. I don't remember her name, so to speak. I'm sure Erok does, but I don't know if you want to ask him.
I'm not gonna ask.
In the time I knew her, she was
God.
Maria Erok. So, Queen of Ebria.
What's his son's name? You know his son?
Oh, Christ, it's been 20 years.
Sorry.
You guys are really. I can't stay up. Oh.
I think he was like Vincent or something with a V, maybe. Something with a V, I'm sure. I don't know exactly. That's all I got.
Valentino.
I don't think it was Valentino.
Okay. All right. Well, Deeps, do you have any idea what we could be doing right now?
Yes.
Well, in a hot second, I think the king is about to call a meeting to order.
No, that sounds good.
Will there be action? Because I'm like so close to sleeping right now.
As a matter of fact,
Sonic, wake yourself up then.
Ronick, do jumping jacks.
That won't work.
Ronick is the dozens of this campaign, where if you're not killing things every 5 seconds, he just doesn't know what to do.
I just have a different sleep schedule now.
What is your sleep schedule?
I go to sleep at like 11.
Why do you go to sleep at 11?
Because I'm a fucking teacher.
Because he teaches in the morning.
Well,
That sounds like a personal problem.
I go to bed at 11
Teaching is a
o'clock.
personal problem.
I go to bed at 11 o'clock on the weekdays, but on the week ends, I go to bed at 4.
Yeah, but
Look,
My
man.
God, this man
Hey,
is the earliest bird.
your body doesn't know how to take a
4 or
break
5.
from circadian rhythm.
My body is very adaptable to circadian rhythm change.
Well, Ronick, if you need to take a nap, don't.
Okay.
Go
As
on.
a matter of fact, there he is, waving us over for the meeting. I guess we should go over there.
I don't know. Jeffro's feeling tired.
Well, that's a good point. Let's all go to sleep. Have you noticed how my voice has gotten even weirder
we
and
already
weirder down
slept
the
for the night.
Australian
This is the
track the more I've portrayed this character?
This is the next day though.
It's the same day.
I thought we went to Blue.
Nope.
We don't got time to sleep.
Right, let's get our shrimp on the barbie and go on over there.
Let's fucking say the C word.
Can't. The more that I have played Deeps, as we have gone through this Ebrian thing, the more Australian he has become.
It's starting to really get to me. At first it was just a little bit.
I like to think that he was just putting on a ploy, but now that he can be Ebrian again, he's regaining the traditional.
The traditional Australian accent of Ebria.
He got bitten by a radioactive Australian.
There is an Australia analog in.
And it's just a wasteland, right? It's just everyone is a Crocodile Dundee, right?
You go there, it's two capital cities are knife, and you call that a knife? This isn't. They're sort of feuding. Anyways, do you guys stand up and walk over to that building over there?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
No one else does, just me.
I said,
You, the Titanic team.
Yeah.
Deeps, Raid, who comes wandering off from somewhere.
Hey.
Head on into the building. Raid looks at you and says, I want to yell at John Bones, but he's not here, so I can't.
he's sleeping.
And then he keeps walking. Jesus, what is happening to old Mr. Tryhard?
I think that when he left,
Like, he
what
said
the limit
he
was-
left at like 11 or something, wasn't it?
he did say it was a 1 to 2 hour drive, but I think it's entirely possible that he meant walked outside and then
And then found 3 more
did
people to
the
talk to.
thing.
Please God help, we only just left now at 10:22. So he might be dead.
Brandon Madera may have driven.
his family insane with his weeaboo ramblings.
But
Oh yeah,
guys, it's a
that he
good
is known
show.
to do.
He sat down and he's like, listen, you gotta give Kill la Kill another shot. I mean,
I'm sorry for mansplaining
Everyone knows
Kill
that,
you.
that Tryhard is known for his rambling.
I legitimately wrote a Kill la Kill essay in college.
No.
I'm sorry
Nice.
for you.
No, I'm sorry for my teacher.
Oh yeah, bro.
They
Brandon
probably
tried.
didn't know what it was, so.
Brandon tried to make me watch Kill la Kill, and then I saw
It's
it.
a really good show, dude.
I didn't want to watch. I didn't like it. I didn't want to keep
That's
watching.
because you're a fucking pussy with no actual
What?
good taste. You heard me, bitch.
That's not. That insult doesn't track. That's not how that works.
Penis.
But it's how it works, dick.
I'm a pussy
I
in other
mean-
areas, but not because of that.
I feel like I didn't hear what he said, but I'm
He's
pretty
got
sure
a
he's
pussy
right.
in his pussy region.
Exactly. My vagina
I-
is what makes me a pussy.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen Nick's?
Have
He's
you seen his
popping.
fupa?
Nick's pussy is popping. What did I say?
Ah, what's poppin'?
I said fupa.
Nick's fupa is popping.
Hell yeah. There it
I don't
is.
want you to speak anymore.
There, everybody take a gander. So that's the session.
Christ, I never thought I would see this.
His fupa?
No.
Okay.
I have to post this in chatty chat.
I'm gonna have to delete it soon, I imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's gotta go. That's gotta go. That's gotta go.
That can't stay.
That is extremely cursed and cannot be.
Yeah, you want to know where the source is?
No.
Cursed images.
Well, that's
Okay,
not a surprise.
appropriate.
That's not a surprise.
Johnny looked at Kellen and smiles.
She smiles back.
How long do you look at her?
Not that long.
Johnny looks, and when she smiles back, he makes a sound that sounds like it, like an alarm.
No, it doesn't. No,
Re-
it doesn't.
remember that part?
Please.
Remember that part in the Notebook where they met each other's eyes, And then old fucking, what's his name? Fucking
I don't know anybody's name in it.
Ryan Gosling is in that. Your old Ryan Gosling looked over at his woman and he said, "Wah, wah, wah."
I don't know anything about the Notebook, but I'm
just
going
know
to
that
say
it's
that Johnny and Killer's romance is going to be exactly like that.
Okay, hold up. I'm gonna find out how it ends.
I think somebody dies. I don't know.
Remember
I don't know.
the
Looks
film
like a
Drive,
mess. I'm sick of reading this.
in which Ryan Gosling gets in the car and he goes,
I know it makes a lot of people cry.
Vroom, vroom.
Oh, I like that.
and the girl goes, "Oh my god, oh my god."
Roddick made a car sound too.
You're rock, help. Tell me to help.
KMS punches Lucifer in the stomach to wake him up.
This is maybe the worst session we've ever done.
Oh, this
It
is.
was a very good session. Johnny
liked
got a
it a lot.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
I think this is
got
like
a girlfriend.
the worst session.
Well,
Shut up.
we need to do a session.
Listen, I'm not saying it's because Johnny got a girlfriend.
But it's because Johnny got a girlfriend.
Johnny got a girlfriend.
Listen, man, this has been you guys, all of these people coming in late. We started like 2.5 hours late. I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to move things ahead too fast with people missing.
Let's play some games.
You threw me a curveball here, alright? I'm
not
fucking...
blaming you. I'm not blaming you at all.
Oh, hold up. I think we can at least get Iraq out here to like say some plot relevant stuff, maybe, or something.
Like some fraud relevant stuff.
Don't.
Damn it!
That was
I'm gonna
not.
skin you alive.
It's all really fun games because we're all here in bed at least.
Fun and gay. Iraq, come out.
Ironic.
He won't come out of his house.
Iraq. No. I want to be king.
Hey, that's rude.
I keep working on the
I
wood.
feel so bad for Iraq.
Well, yeah, the whole thing with that situation.
I'm not gonna door and
honestly-
say, would you mind coming out now, King?
I'm feeling worse about it than I would have if they had been dead.
Can you imagine
It's
fucking
worse.
getting obliterated by an opposing country? They strip away your fucking power and your nation and give you
His
some
girlfriend left him.
token douchebag position, and then your fucking wife and child leave you like
Well,
a week
your
later,
wife leaves you and she kidnaps and takes your child as well.
and it's like, oh, good, now everything is gone, perfect. This'll
Well,
stew
I
for the
mean-
next 2 decades.
The worst part really is that he trusted her. That's like the saddest part, is that like he trusted her.
Wasn't a good situation.
And it was like,
Anyways,
she threw you a curveball.
a lot of curveballs in this. That's the name of the episode. Fucking curveballs.
Curved balls.
Curved balls.
Yes.
From Red Cut got curved balls. That was nonsensical because we were both trying to do the same joke at a different pacing.
Yeah, it was a strange layering of voices.
And all I did was say the thing.
But Ronick,
Curved balls.
their balls are crescent moons.
Those Aramooney and their
Almost
crescent
sounds-
moon nuts.
KMS, those are fucking warped balls.
Well, no, I mean, like, by calling them moons or some version of a moon almost sounds romantic, but then you realize that balls are shaped like that.
My
His
ball looks like
sagging
a
moon
ball.
stared me in the face.
Don't
Can you
ever
imagine
fucking
getting down
speak
there?
again, Candace?
And you get down there and next to the nuts, and they look like big tacky earrings.
His beautiful Vans difference looking like the DreamWorks kid fishing.
Jesus fucking. We're.
Oh my god, I'm gonna.
Hold on.
I want to flay all of you alive.
Matt Smith, I'm sorry if we're not.
I
getting
haven't
anything
done
done.
anything yet.
Fear not.
Matt
Please,
Smith,
Matt
I know
Smith
you
of Doctor
totally.
Who fame,
I
please.
know you totally caught up by now and you're
Shut the
listening.
fuck up.
Yeah, you definitely haven't given up after halfway.
I hope you
through
didn't
the-
get annoyed at my Ronix future girlfriend.
So
joke,
that's-
but now
that's-
I have you to address.
No,
Oh.
dude, don't do that, please. That's way weirder.
You're gonna make him cry and run away.
Anyways, that's pinned to the Discord now, so.
I love that. I love this quote. We've gotten so many good quotes lately.
Jesus Christ. So you guys go into the fucking place.
Don't we?
Home, finally.
And then once you're inside, you can see a war table has been set up with a map.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
And standing around the table already is Iraq. Just Iraq. Lady Valise, Keen Haitian, Stahl, and Meredith. And
Are they here to debate Steven Universe with me?
they
Yes!
they all sit down and they say, "I'm against it."
I'm Steven Universe critical.
Beautiful.
And I.
So,
Yes.
you guys walk up to the table, and Iraq says,
And we explode.
Iraq says, "Well, this has been an interesting night for all of us, I think.
Y'all deal 66 thunder damage.
Um,
More like blunder damage.
this fucking episode is inflicting 66 blunder damage."
Dude, don't you call out my fucking joke.
So, we have gotten word from our scouts and from the people that, the spies that Stahl has sent forth on the status of the last town, Ceridum. That's not the name of the town. I just looked at the S and for some reason attached the Eridum of Herodum. Like my brain just fucking closed.
Seridum, Breridum.
What the fuck just happened? Jesus Christ, I feel like I just had a stroke.
There's nothing wrong with having a stroke multiple times in one
I
night.
mean, look at that loose picture.
That fucking... I'm gonna be honest, that scared the shit out of me. It felt like I didn't have, like, control over my brain for a second.
Sometimes it feels like you're wasting away. Abnormally quickly.
Okay.
Okay, we can do this.
I don't think we can.
So what's the name of that?
It's called
Can't make it,
it's
bro,
called
can't make it.
Sawfield.
Got it.
Not
How do-
Ceridum. Jesus
How do
fuck.
we spell that?
It's very
Saw-
simple.
S-A...
It's pretty quick, pretty easy.
S-A-W...
It's written by Nick, not me, so it's just.
S-A-W...
Yeah, it's written by me, so it's pronounced how you'd expect.
Oh, it's Garfield with an S. Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what I was immediately thinking, Nick. I'm
God
sorry.
damn it.
Well, no, this helps me remember how to
Oh,
spell
no,
it. I wasn't saying it was
Garfield.
bad.
It's the Sargeras Garfield OTP.
Don't. What, Camus, why are you allowed to speak?
Oh Christ!
Sargeras kicking Odie. Because he's an asshole.
Oh, fuck. I'm so
Yeah, man,
upset.
why are you allowed to speak?
I'm not.
He's breaking the rules.
And beware their fell progeny.
that could be Sargeras' boyfriend. I can see.
You do not know the power of the Liege. What? Yes, I'll get you your lasagna in a minute, honey. God, I'm trying to do a
You
thing.
do not know the power of the Monday.
Oh no.
Beware the Monday.
The burning lasagna will roll across the cosmos.
Wait, did I actually say lasagna? God damn. Right, so Starfield.
So Starfield. And we've discovered something interesting.
I had another horrible thought.
Oh, please don't vocalize it.
Starfield is.
His thought is Garfield.
HK just loves Garfield so much.
HK.
The Garfield Sagwa OTP.
Oh god. When was the last time I fucking thought of Sagwa? At least they're both cats.
I mean,
That's
I
why
get.
I thought of him.
I mean, it makes a little more sense. Than
This is a little
Sargeras.
bit better than imagining planet-sized Sargeras
With Garfield.
fucking plowing into
Usually
Garfield.
a big fat cat, but he doesn't quite compare in size to Sargeras.
That Sargeras thrusting his massive sword into Azeroth's crust was a metaphor for Starfield.
Oh shit. And then he kicked Odie.
it now.
Okay,
I
this...
hope you're happy.
Now it's definitely the worst session we've ever done.
Okay, you might be right.
We gotta take a gun.
This is even worse than the one where I trapped you guys and made you fight 100 fucking giant frogs.
Ah, good times.
Okay.
What did you find that was interesting about Star?
Well, I was about to tell you.
Right.
But this fucking
Sorry.
cat couldn't stop talking about cats.
Slayer. He's cats all the way back. So like,
Starfield, last time we scouted it, was rather heavily fortified with a large and robust force of Guild Boys, centaurs and satyrs and the like, and even some of the corrupted foliage that's been overtaking Kalor had spread its way to Starfield. But when we sent out our scouts and Stahl sent his eyes, his birds, out to sea, the entire centaur and satyr and whoever force has been slaughtered entirely.
Right. Any sign? Is it recent? Is the blood fresh?
It appeared to be rather recent. And our scouts would have proceeded closer, but they saw movement in some of the buildings, and they waited for a while to try to see if they could discern who it was, but due to the fact that Starfield has no walls and is situated predictably, in a field, it was hard to, well, remain discreet.
Even as a bird?
Unfortunately, Stahl's birds were not able to gain access to any of the buildings. And our scouts obviously couldn't stay close for long. But somebody is there.
And there's
It
no
might be,
word from the CAC.
Uncle
I
Vincenzo.
have spoken to the CIC about it just a short moment ago.
Right, of course.
The CIC has been working on their own campaign south.
Oh.
They have been taking a few towns with the help of their legion and fortifying their hold on the northern part of Kalor, pushing further into Northtown and preparing to assault the Diamond Quarter when it is time. But they knew nothing of Sarfield and assured me that it would be rather difficult for them to get any considerable amount of forces south of Goldboy's territory while they're all positioned north.
South.
So we're not sure who did it, but that's...
I mean, there is one more.
You're right.
And I mean, he did secure the east and south of, at least last that we saw, you know, the southeast.
The interesting thing is from what we've been able to discern, he had that area locked down before Goldboy even got to it. So if this bloodshed is on Victor's hands, it would be the first blood he's shed.
Well, he
I'm not
was
sure
working
what
on
that
building something
means.
up.
Why he's gone to Sarfield of all places.
Yeah, it doesn't quite add up. Well, if he secured the east and that southeast before Goldboy got to it, then, I mean, then I guess it would kind of make sense that he'd start from the outside once he actually decided to get offensive.
I suppose.
Maybe.
What I don't
know
know is... What does Victor have at his You met with Victor several times, correct?
Mm.
Do you have any idea what he has at his disposal that could have eradicated an entire town like that?
Well, he does have... I mean, we don't know anything about his forces, right? But we know that he has he does have Zakina. And he wanted to know about her, how she controls souls. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
You handed Victor something that could control souls.
Yep. Johnny did look quizzically to one side for a moment before he answered that.
In case you forget, we didn't, we did get 2 people in exchange.
It was in order to get your prisoners out of prison.
Our hands were pretty tight.
You gave him something to control souls so we can get out of prison?
Yes.
You should have left us in prison.
You're welcome. God.
He does not mean it. It was very good that you rescued us from prison. It would be very unfortunate if we were sealed inside of a magical realm still. It was, not the optimum place to assist in Ebria's retaking. Well, obviously, fucking Christ. I don't know why he's being so hostile. I apologize for Keen's behavior. What? So he has... I don't see how that translates to...
That's really all we know.
I was hoping that we would deal with Victor after we dealt with Goldboy. But he's potentially right in our path.
That is a lot less convenient. I was hoping the same, actually.
Well, we don't have a choice. We have to get closer. We have to get closer to the city. And Herodem is too far to serve as our staging ground to mount an assault.
Oh, he also has, actually, there's probably, I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but he does also have like two, I don't know, what would you guys call them, lieutenants? I don't know. What would you guys call Gloriel and Ravana?
Buddies.
But sure, buddies. Why not?
Buddies.
Yeah, buddies, not lieutenants. What was I thinking?
That does sound ridiculous, you're right.
One is a Deva? A Deva.
Yee.
The angel person.
An angel.
What? What is it called?
Oh, the other one's Arrhenius. Arrhenius.
Yes, there's.
It's a devil, by the way, a very powerful one.
Yes, so there's a.
That is
very bad.
They seem pretty powerful. We don't know, but they may. I don't know. Maybe some of his forces are people like that.
I'll be honest, this has confused me more. He's working with an angel and a devil and a hag who controls souls.
I don't know if the hag's working with him, but...
Well, he's got her.
Yeah. I wanted to kill her, so... But... yeah, no, the man has, seems to have, connections in a lot of odd places. So I would say maybe expect just about anything.
Great. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Alright.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to tell you what you wanted to
No,
hear.
I'm not blaming you. This is... Well, we don't have a choice. We have to go to Sarfield. Tomorrow we'll have to march on the city.
Guys, did I leave out any information? I can't remember.
I think you're good.
Okay.
I say we just ride up to the city, swords out, on horseback. If anybody comes out, they try to mess with us, we cut them in half. I think this is a pretty clear-cut decision.
Nice pun.
Thank you.
I can tell he loves puns.
Yeah, I'm a big pun guy. That's sort of my
They're
deal.
very punny.
Okay, you're pushing it.
You're punning it.
Or we could just send Alcalis over there. He could fucking take it apart. That's not my character's accent. I was doing.
I was like, Deeps. What?
Oh Jesus! I did his Australian accent so long I can't do Cockney anymore. Cockney, fuck. Maybe I'll just have to change his accent because the two are bleeding together for me right now.
Yeah, I can't imagine going between those two accents. I can now somewhat differentiate them sometimes, but like.
Yeah, though they're very close.
Speaking them, that's just a whole nother. That's a whole nother animal.
Listen, I'm, as you can tell, a supreme voice actor, but
Yeah, you're. I mean, yeah.
but
you're a
I
professional,
cannot fucking
but,
switch
yeah.
through.
Well, I
You
don't
could send
think.
No, that's not good either. He says he can send Alcalus to smash things up. I'll figure out his voice at some point.
Maybe Alcalus with other people, right? Like,
Well, I don't see why we need anybody else.
just in case.
We can fucking take the whole thing apart. It'd be great.
Have you worked out that little kink where like he sometimes like?
Oh, I can go over there and I can. Oh, this is really hard.
I don't think you should say that when you're talking about kinks.
Oh, I wasn't even done speaking. That little.
I think we can go over there and fucking take it apart, and I could go over there and be closer to the whole sort of thing, and we'd fucking. I could control him remotely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would work that out. So that he's not like.
I don't think we should send our best war machine just charging blindly into a town.
Oh, maybe.
First of all, I don't think we should initiate hostilities unless we need to. The last thing I want to do is fight Victor while fighting Goldboy.
Oh,
we will certainly die then.
So you want to do the same thing you did with the CAC?
Honestly, I think, unless anybody has better suggestions, I think we should ride up and be open about it. Not hostile.
Right, but...
Just, we're coming. And whoever comes out will have to, I suppose, parley with.
Right, but... Okay.
If we go in there, swords out, and we... First of all, we don't even know who's in there. It could be Victor.
I don't know about that, but maybe.
Engaging in hostilities, I think, would be a colossal mistake. And I know it's your favorite answer to everything, Raid, and I respect that in certain situations, but now is perhaps not the time.
You might be right.
Whatever you say, when they come out and start turning our horses to fucking piles of ash, because we didn't ride up and just stick spears through their heads, you know, that'll be on you. Thank you as always for your counsel, Raid. What the fuck is that noise?
That's a plane going past. It's HK's thing. It's fine.
HK, do you live 11 feet from
He's on his
Denver
laptop.
Airport?
So like,
I'm on my laptop.
and so it's like taking up all of his. The planes
All my
where I live are
background
really loud
noise.
too, because we're like close to an airbase or something.
Yeah, I live in the city.
Probably
There's
near an
like-
airport.
Ridiculous.
So,
Yeah, but I thought the airport was like way outside the city.
there's probably more than one airport.
Yeah, the Centennial Airport's not that close,
Oh.
but I mean the planes still fly fairly low because it's still
There
like,
could also be smaller
that far out.
airports nearby.
yeah.
Like in Santa Monica, there's like a small airport, and like even in those suburbs where it's like so far away from LAX, like you hear really loud planes coming past because of that tiny airport in Santa Monica.
I was at the Denver International Airport and I had a burger.
Hey, I think I've been to the Denver airport too at some point in my life.
It's a nice airport.
It was
Yeah.
it was really big.
Yeah.
As airports be.
It's one of the largest.
I was looking around for like Nazi paintings and stuff, but I couldn't find anything good.
Oh, that's in the like the check-in entrance.
Damn. I didn't do that because it was just a connecting flight.
Yeah, no, mine too. I didn't have a
Rats.
destination or anything.
I wanted to see the evil horse.
Oh, Lucifer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got huge
I want to
genitals.
see his huge nuts.
Yeah. His huge nuts, his huge butthole,
Swollen,
his
veiny
sheath.
penis.
Uh,
Why did they do that?
A lot of people with horse painting and like horse.
because it had a lust for blood.
Oh yeah, sure.
I don't know. I'd like see like sculptures too that like make sure to put the genitals.
Well, no, it
in
killed
and
its
stuff.
creator.
Yeah, it murdered him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, makes sense.
Trampled to death.
Here, I'll just post this. I'll just post this for you in chatty chat. This is a man's Lucifer costume. Anyways,
That's horrendous.
That seems accurate, based on your description.
It's It's got the horrible dark blue veins and the glowing red eyes and
like they knew what they were doing.
cock sheath.
Anyways, that seems like the best course of action to me. I don't know if anybody else has any other ideas.
Well, I don't.
Well, all right then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny didn't have any ideas, so. No.
No, that was... He didn't say it like that. Well, all right then. Tomorrow, we march on Starfield. Come what may. And we, I suppose we'll see what happens. Alright. Stahl, make sure you get to work scouting K-Law, so we know what there is to expect there. Keen, make sure that your golems are ready for anything. The rest of you bolster your forces. The Titanic team and the Arschlock. Get some rest, just in case we have to kill some people.
We're gonna sleep here, right?
Sure.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright. Council dismissed. Everybody go about your business. I need to get some fucking rest.
I like some of the houses in here, like
I feel you. King.
inhabitable. Like, can we like sleep in like some of the houses?
As he's walking out, Raid says, "Everybody in them's fucking dead. I don't think they're gonna complain." He just leaves.
Wait, there are dead people in the houses.
No, we took them out. He leaves.
Oh.
Slayer's gonna find a nice house.
Okay.
Gonna settle down.
I'm gonna find a beautiful house. I find
Who wants to share a house with Johnny?
I go into the house that we all live in together.
Yay!
Slayer finds a nice house, and then everybody else in the Arschlock walks into the house behind him.
And then he goes to a different house.
He climbs out the window. And
Oh,
goes
we're
to-
going somewhere else? Oh, let's go over there. I mean, the Slayer's the leader of the group. He's been here the longest.
Every time Slayer walks into a new house, John Bones is in there T-posing.
He's fucking creepy Watson.
Yeah, every time he rounds a corner, he's there again. T-posing, as always. So, you guys find a house and go to bed?
You bet your shit I am.
Alright.
I mean, that's just me. I don't know if it else goes to sleep.
You find a house.
I'm gonna enter the samurai state.
Samurai state is entered. The Titanic team finds lodging. Everything is all well and good.
Okay, good night. Good night. Bye.
Okay.
Good night.
Right.
Good night.
And then you guys wake up.
No.
Oh, no. No, we're still asleep.
I don't think so.
No, that's
Sun-
where we end the session.
That's where we end the session.
The instant you said and you guys wake up, I got a minor headache.
Okay, sorry. I missed like the last like 5 minutes because a stink bug flew under my ear and I jumped out of my chair scared.
Oh my god, that would be scary.
I woke up with a stink bug crawling on my face once.
That's horrifying, dude. I don't know where this fucker went. I fucking ran away and then it flew away because I was scared.
I hate the fact that once it gets to like fall and winter, when the era of like mosquitoes and spiders is sort of going downhill, that's when the stink bugs come back.
When it gets to fall and winter when the Arabs.
Next time on SINDROA, these fucking losers and nerds will go to Sarfield and see what's going on there, and then Kalor lies beyond.
Next session will involve us expertly parlaying, and there will be no combat.
And there'll be no combat at all. And then Victor is going to step around the side and be like, alright, let's get this over with. And then he just 9th level disintegrates everybody.
But then Johnny molts and he becomes Johnny 2.
Like
Victor is gonna come around. Victor's gonna come around the corner, and then he's gonna see Johnny and Kella standing next to each other.
No, Johnny.
He's gonna be like,
being
Johnny, how dare you? I thought what we had was special.
He becomes Johnny 5.
Alright, I'm gonna end this session. 3 hours and 11 minutes, our longest yet.
Hey?
Yep, that's a record.
That's 311 minutes. That's pretty long.
Next session,
That's how that works.
we'll do better. Good night.
Don't count on it.